What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Hello, and welcome to Criticless Cast Unhinged. Quite possibly the most professional, just completely collected and thought through podcast on the internet. And if you are joining us today, then we are going to be talking about The Three Musketeers. This isn't a new film, not a new Three Musketeers movie. No, it is the 1993 film that is critic hated, which is why we are doing it here on Criticless Cast, because we love to poo-poo on the critics. Everybody knows that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm actually going to go ahead and run our usual bumper right now.
Warning. The following show features reviews from wildly unprofessional critics operating without the supervision of professionals. The thoughts and opinions held by these individuals are not to be taken seriously and do not come from a place of intellectual integrity. This show doesn't reflect the opinions of Criticless or its users. Viewer discretion is advised.
Once again, for everybody out there in the back that didn't hear me in the beginning of this, what's up? What's up? What is up? And welcome to another episode of Criticless Cast Unhinged. Now, I mentioned before, but this episode, we are going to be talking about The Three Musketeers, the critic-hated, audience-loved cult classic, directed by Stephen Herrick, starring Chris O'Donnell, Kiefer Sutherland, Oliver Platt, Charlie Sheen, Tim Curry. The list goes on and on. This is a stacked freaking cast. And I thought that I had never seen this movie anymore. And then as I was watching it, I was like, here comes the part where they do this, and here comes the part where they do that. And I was like, I've clearly seen this, just probably not in like 30 years. So yeah, that's what we're going to be reviewing today. And I know that there's a lot of you that are excited about it. I posted it in Criticless Cast in the group, in the app, and all of a sudden we had a slew of new reviews just kind of pouring in for that. So thanks everybody for doing that. Make sure to keep up to date with what's happening in the Criticless Cast group in the app, and so that you know what we are going to be doing from week to week, and you guys can drop your reviews and we can touch in on them as we're doing our reviews live like this. And yeah, just make sure to be on criticless.com. If you're not already and you are in here or you are a new viewer, go to criticless.com or download us in the Android or Apple app stores. We are an entertainment reviewing platform, and then this is a show connected to that, except for we don't, like, you know, it's irreverent and such, so we're not connected to anything in the same sentence. But anyway, you know, who knows? This is chaos. I've had a lot happening today, and I'm excited to hang with the boys because we actually have Mr. Christopher Cowles back in the house today.
Yeah, what's up, everybody?
He's they've been working him like a dog.
Well, like a dog, a really small, shitty dog.
Well, chihuahua or something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
In your bed, you know,
it's true.
you work for the man, and they treat you like dog shit.
Yep,
you know,
it's true.
as it goes. And then we got Mr. Matthew Verlack.
What's up, everybody?
Yo, bringing the same energy. That's what I like to see here.
Let's get crunk. Let's do it.
We should just talk like that all of
This is all I'm talking today.
Yep.
We watch our viewer count go.
I gotta go, guys. Sorry, work's calling.
Yeah.
Gotta head out.
Just want to call you because it shouldn't, because we're here.
It's too much for Chris to handle.
My energy levels, I can't hang with y'all. I'm sorry, man. It's
There's too much testosterone happening. There's too
yeah. Sure. Yeah. I'll give you that.
So, but yes, apparently my wife is saying that my mic is lower than everybody else's. It's probably not even plugged in because it's not.
Yep.
This is what happens when you show up 5 minutes before we go live.
He forgets to plug in his microphone.
How does that sound? Can everyone hear me? The good thing is that I'm the loudest person on the planet, so everyone can always hear me, regardless of whether I have a microphone on or not. But now I officially have one on. This is also a byproduct of having to unplug and move things every single time we do a show, as far as my microphone goes. So maybe one of these days we won't do it that way. But yeah, it's a good thing I was yelling earlier, as my wife said. So you're very welcome, guys, for being loud and obnoxious, which is funny because I get accused of being the polar opposite on every other show that I'm on. So
You got to turn up on those other shows. You got to really show.
I know.
Come in
just,
swinging.
yeah.
Just do it.
Just run a line right before I come on and just you know,
right there on the show.
totally
Why not? Really
yacked out, you know. But yeah, so we will in a bit get to Three Musketeers. I am still on like a bit of vacation brain, which granted, when you're in, I've realized that when you're in full-blown dad mode, vacations really become just double dad duty. Like you're just doing a lot more of all the other stuff that you normally do, especially when it's like our scenario where we had a boat. So I'm like dropping the boat in, driving the boat, pulling people on the boat, like, which is all fun stuff to do. But it's like it also it makes you tired. And then you're like on the way home, I was like, oh, you know, I'll let Sid drive a little bit. I drove down and everything else. And then I was like, wait, I'm pulling the boat, which she is absolutely never going to do. There would be just a trail of corpses behind us.
So what it sounds like you're saying is that Sid lets you down this entire vacation.
You know, no, I would never say that because I feel like he's already mad at me for something. So it's like
it's inevitable.
Yeah, it's that feels like a bad move. I don't think I'll say that. So
stop doing wrong things.
You know, they've been telling me that my whole life, and I've yet to figure out how. But as Troy Pacelli, the man, the myth, the legend, says, go ahead and hit that like button down below. Give us those comments, the likes, share the videos if you like what we're talking about, and let everybody know what's up, because it helps out this channel a whole lot. And make sure you're subbed to it as well. But I think what we're going to do is kick things off the same way we kick off every show, which is to basically bring the culture to you guys. Because if Criticless is anything, it is culture. So Matt, go ahead and do the thing. And what I am going to do is put on these headphones because we need to hear what you guys are hearing. And hopefully Chris's headphones won't be just totally busted. But yeah.
It's good enough. I get the gist of it.
Busted
just a loose, like, I kind of heard something.
Yeah. Right. Only had this from the beginning of Criticless.
Right. Yeah. So, for like 3 years before Criticless even launched. Yeah. So yeah. They're a little longer.
Just the podcast. I guess Critically Aroused.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
The OG.
Yeah, mine are that old too.
Right. Mine too.
They're actually older than that.
What do you do to your headphones, Chris? What level of abuse? What do you do while you're wearing those headphones, Chris?
Got lots of videos. I'll share some with you.
Okay. Sounds good. So I do have one main topic for our Culture for Boomers that I want to talk about, but I'm going to touch on some just a couple lighter things really quickly, just before we really get into the meat and potatoes of what's culturally happening right now. First of all, last week we talked about aura farming. Chris probably missed it. He wasn't here, but
no.
No, 2 weeks ago. That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that
2 weeks ago,
right?
Yeah.
Whenever.
Well, the last time I was here.
Right. So officially we have official or by the Singaporean Navy. I am going to mute the song, but all of the their Navy is doing it on the front of their battleships, which is pretty awesome.
Nice.
I mean, if they ever go to war, maybe this will help them.
Maybe they're farming that aura for when they're going to just blast people away or whatever the Singaporean Navy does.
Farm that aura before sending them to see their gods.
The face off against China. I mean, good luck.
Exactly. Yeah. Which, and as I mentioned, I was on a boat for the past week, and we actually did pass people actually aura farming on the river on their boats.
Oh God,
which is pretty fantastic.
They're probably filming them for their TikToks and their videos.
These guys actually weren't. I think we caught them off guard because I saw them doing it, and I was like, yeah. Just like hollering at them, and they were just like, oh, hey. So speaking of boats, I got a chuckle out of this, and I wanted you guys to see it because it made me laugh, and I muted us.
You guys are telling me that you actually wouldn't come fishing in my boat again simply because I farted. and it's just the second time that I did this. It's not like I have Barbola or Ebola. Like, it doesn't matter if I have it. The thing is I'm taking you in my boat, and it's the gas prices are going up, and I'm just having to eat SpaghettiOs. So for me to take you out and actually take you on a nice date, sorry, this is restarted. I had tacos and I shit my pants in front of them, and I said, "When's the last time a guy took you out fishing?" And they're like, "I don't know." I said, "Boom, exactly. It's nice of me to do it. So don't make fun of me as I sit here and have my extreme bowel movements through my small intestine. It's just unbelievable. I shouldn't have to feel ashamed." Huh? What do you think I should do? Should I toss him over?
So the question here for the ladies is like, do you ride? Do you take the boat ride when your fellas farting? You know?
Yeah,
I mean, it's wide open ocean. Why would you not? It's fresh air. Like, just don't be aft their farts. Like,
right.
Be in the opposite direction. Be in the bow of the boat.
You remember being that age though, and just being absolutely mortified by like farting in front of a girl.
Yeah,
you're just like, that doesn't surprise me at all.
I don't remember that. Yeah, it's how many farts are too many? That's the question. You know, like everybody farts.
Is there too many farts?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you get to a point where I'll agree that it's too many.
Okay.
If it's two, like he said, like, come on.
Well, he let a third out. So.
That's right.
True. Well, he also shit his pants.
So then it's that lingering. And then you're like, you're questioning, like, should I be around this person?
Right.
On the boat.
Yeah.
But he could have jumped in the water and rinsed off.
Yeah.
So. And then the question is like, how many of these young ladies actually like going fishing? That's like, young girls where you are. I'm surprised they even got on the boat. Like, hey, I'm going to go fishing. Well, they'd be like, eat a dick. I'm going somewhere else.
All right. Well, it also looked like they were not prepared to like sunbathe or anything. Like, it didn't look, because they're really wearing sweatshirts and stuff. So it didn't look like warm enough to be on the boat.
Yeah.
Well, hearing his accent, it sounded like he's Canuckian.
He's like a Canadian or a Yankee or something.
Yeah.
Not a Kiwi. Not that. Did you say Kiwi?
No, I said UP, upper peninsula.
Okay. I thought you said a Kiwi. I was like, that was not a Kiwi accent there. So yeah. But I did want to play this as well. We had Terrapin Reviews, which is Jared in the chat. If he's still in here, what up, buddy? I'm about to throw some shade at you. So this video really resonated, especially at one point, and it made me laugh. And just wanted to see if anybody else feels this. Like they get what these guys are putting down.
All right, what movie should we watch tonight? I'm thinking a classic like Goodfellas.
Oh yeah, or like Pitch Perfect.
What?
What? Pitch Perfect is good.
Yeah, okay, but it's like not really my vibe right now.
Oh,
maybe something like Catch Me If You Can. You know what I'm saying? Like a bit of that vibe.
Yeah, I love that.
Or a thriller like The Fugitive.
I didn't kill my wife.
Classic line.
Or Pacific Rim 2.
Why the hell would I want to watch Pacific Rim 2?
It's got John Boyega.
Hey,
watch
man.
a movie just for John Boyega?
No.
What about Indiana Jones?
I love Indiana Jones.
Okay, cool.
Secret Life of Pets?
No, what the fuck? No.
What about Pirates of the Caribbean?
Okay, yes.
5.
No!
Pitch Perfect 2. But it's not as good as the first one.
Why is that even a worry of yours?
Mars Needs Mums. I've been meaning to chuck that one on.
You've been meaning to chuck on Mars Needs Mums?
Yeah. Or Space Chimps.
Space Chimps?
Come on, Lachlan. You got to admit. It's a bit of a banger.
Space Chimps was not a banger. I hardly even remember it.
It slapped.
Not in the top 100 kids movies. Or 200.
Oh, and Catch Me If You Can is?
What the hell is wrong with you right now?
I just want to watch something comfy and warm, not all serious and thinky.
I've suggested comfort watches.
You haven't suggested Norbit.
Of course I haven't.
Or Big Mama's House.
Yeah, what the hell? What?
Or The Nutty Professor.
What a fucking weird subgenre. Why is there so many of them?
Can we watch one of those?
I'd rather fucking experience liver failure.
All right, Lachlan, you don't have to be rude.
All right, what movie should we watch tonight?
So speaking of Terrapin Reviews, obviously the Pacific Rim 2 thing, he's been the biggest the one propping up Pac Rim 2 in the app.
Really?
Yeah, he's a big fan. And as horrific of an opinion as that is, I also feel like which we don't hang out with Terrapin in real life, but when I watch him dropping his reviews, it's basically just all of the films that this man named. Like that's the vibes that Terrapin's always feeling.
Well, I mean, I like comfort, warm, cozy movies too, more often than not, honestly.
Right. I mean, Norbit,
yeah, I don't know about that one.
And
or
Pac
Big
Rim 2,
Mama's
obviously,
House.
the comfiest and coziest of films.
I will say that Pack Room 2 is probably better than the first one,
Listen,
but they're both doo-doo.
we've yet to get in a fist fight in this room.
Oh, in this room? Yeah. Okay.
In
I'm
this
glad
room.
you clarified that.
And,
But we can flip this table.
Yeah, we will flip this table on top of you.
Prove it.
And then I like do it, Matt. Go. Okay. There's a lot of shit on this table. I feel like that
That's
would
actually a very heavy
not
table.
be effective. So now that I've got some of this new humorous stuff out of the way, we've really got to talk about the thing that is absolutely taking over the interwebs right now, and it's Gen Z and what's happening with Gen Z and the fact that they are socially retarded. Yeah. So we'll just start with this and then we'll kind of go from there.
Hey man, are you still using this rack?
If you know what the Gen Z stare is, then you know that this hits it flawlessly.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you're still using this rack. Oh. No, I have one more set. Sweet dude, no problem, no rush. You can just leave it how it is, leave the weights on. I'll take care of all that, man.
Is this for real?
Yes.
I've never experienced this.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I don't really interact with, I mean, I guess I interact with a handful of Gen Zers, but not enough, I guess, to be like, you are socially inept. Get out of here.
But this is a very,
Also,
very
pot kettle. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
Matt would not be
Yeah.
socially awkward.
The judgment here.
It's fine, guys.
It's fine.
He'd be like, this seems like a normal interaction with a person.
Let's just stare at each other. I should have come.
Let's see if I can stare longer than you.
Exactly. So like I said, this is everywhere right now on the internet. I mean, like, we're talking millions of views, likes, all this stuff on tons of videos. Everybody's talking about it. And so the big thing here is what Gen Z is doing is that in social settings, more aptly, like with service jobs, is one of the big things as well. Now, this guy didn't do it, but it's like if you were to encounter a Gen Z person that has been hired for a job, and you could be like, you know, you walk in to like order a coffee and a Gen Z person is at the counter, you'll walk up to the counter and wait for the interaction from the employee. But a Gen Z person will be like, and they will just stare at you and they wait for you to address them. Now, this isn't just service. This is just one of the scenarios.
Yeah.
And so, and then quite often after you answer, you will still be received with like like nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
And it's apparently like a borderline plague. And so this big movement of people analyzing this and talking about it is really pissing off Gen Z. Like, it's making them very mad. And their response to everyone is just like, y'all are all so stupid, and everybody except for Gen Z are such idiots that they just it's because you said something stupid. But like, everyone's like, but we can not talk to you. It can be in a service job where you were supposed to provide a service for me.
Yeah.
And you won't even acknowledge I'm there. And so I'll go ahead and this guy.
It's like an entitlement. That's their argument? It's like we're entitled to not talk to you.
So some of the ones that are pissed are literally like, I do not owe you a response. Like,
I've got a story for after this next video.
Yeah, when they're talking about it, they are literally talking about it like you interacting with them is like the graping. You're like graping them by interacting with them. You're forcing them into an interaction that they didn't even want to be a part of, and you should be punished for it,
even though it's their job. Because
even though it's their job,
employed to do.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got a story that happened to me today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you have seen it then?
Sort of. I'll get into it after this. I think you have another video.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, I have several, but I'll just play this one. All right, let's see.
The Gen Z stare shit is fucking frying me because for Gen Z's first reaction to be like, actually, the Gen Z stare is something we do because we're smart and you're stupid. No, without even understanding what was being said, just immediately being like, we're smart, you're dumb, you don't get this. What you guys are talking about is a universal customer service experience. Anyone who's worked any sort of customer facing job has had that experience and given that stare. That's not unique to Gen Z. One time I worked at like a gaming DVD store and an old couple walked in and the guy went, "We're looking for a HIDME cable." And I was like, a HIDME cable? It's a HIDME cable? A HIDME cable? And I stared at that dude and I was like, oh, like an HDMI cable? That's universal. That's normal. The Gen Z stare, which I've experienced, and now that I'm understanding what people are talking about, it's so fucking funny. The Gen Z stare is like the thing when boomers hear the credit thing beeping and they're like, doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. And they're just like not reacting, right? Gen Z does that for mandatory small talk. Like, it's like, hi, welcome to this establishment. How can I help you? Obviously, it's not always. It's not ridiculous responses to ridiculous questions. It's just responses to initial greetings. That things that are like, hello, hi, how can I help you? What are you doing here? Do you need help with this ticket? I love the fact that y'all immediately were like, actually, we are smarter than everybody else. Everybody else is dumb. And that's what's going on here is that you guys are just dumb and we're smart and we're the first people to have ever worked a service job and the only people to react weird to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
People.
Yes. Yeah. And so I want to hear your story and then I'll go back to what they are analyzing and everybody's really hashing through like, what is this? Why is this? Like, is this a case of all the older generations being grumpy, like whatever's, or
is everybody else
something?
wrong?
No, right.
The kids.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So what happened to you?
So I went to the grocery store today and I was checking out and it was an older lady checking me out. And there were two other ladies.
An older lady checking you out, you say?
Yeah, there was a bunch of ladies in there, you know what I mean? That's right. And so she was probably early 50s, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
And she was doing the register, and there was two others that were just hanging out. And then she was like, "Hey, you guys want to come back?" One of them was another older lady, and the other one was a Gen Z. And they were having this conversation. The other two, not the cashier, the other two were like, and they were trying to tell her that she was wrong for her interaction. And the young one was like, "Well, no, this person was rude to me. Like, she was just rude. There was no need to be rude to me." And the other lady was like, "Well, you did ignore the phone." And so grocery stores, this one particular, like, we'll bring groceries out to your car. You can like order them ahead of time, whatever. And I could only surmise that was her role.
Right.
Was that she was supposed to be bringing out groceries.
Right.
And she was like, "I was doing other things. I didn't have time to answer the phone." And the other lady was like, "Well, that was your job, though. You can't just let the phone ring." And the Gen Z was like, "That's not my problem, though." And she didn't need to be rude to me. And the other two ladies, both of them, like in their 50s, were like, "No, like she wasn't being rude. She was being front with you because you weren't doing your job. Like she was sitting out there for way longer than she should have been to get her groceries."
Right.
And all I could guess is that this younger lady was being rude.
Right.
To the customer. And then she literally threw out there, "Oh, you guys wouldn't get it because your generation just takes it.
Right.
But my generation doesn't." And I was just like, wow, I'm just checking out. Like, I'm just bagging my stuff up. And I'm just like, wow, this is an interesting conversation to be had.
That's wild.
And she just blew my mind. And it wasn't, so that's why I was like, it wasn't exactly the Gen Z stare, but I can imagine this girl probably does the Gen Z stare all the time, even though she works at a grocery store.
Right.
And it's a customer service job. Like, and if your job is to bring people their groceries, then that is your role at what you're doing. You should just do it. Like, not get mad at people.
Exactly.
About that.
It's wild. And the Gen Z stare thing is definitely spreading. If you're new to, or if you're just hopping into chat, what's up, everybody? I see a lot of people are coming in here, like Twisted Reality, Margaret Regal, Chelsea M, a lot of you guys. Hello, everybody. But yeah, the Gen Z stare is wild. I can guarantee you now that I've talked about it, it will happen to you. You will see it, and it is very awkward and strange. And really what people are breaking down is that, and actually Chelsea had put it here in the chat, is she said it's probably because Gen Z have been on social media since they were born and they don't know how to interact with people in real life. And actually that is a big component in this.
Probably that and COVID.
Yes, I was about to say.
Spending like 3 or 4 years at home, especially when you're supposed to be in school, like the high school, middle school, high school era of like their lives spent behind a computer screen. Just doesn't do it for you.
No, it's not good. And then with the COVID years especially, it literally just stunted their social development. And then you add into it a layer of the fact that we have gotten like the high flow social media with things like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, things like that, where they are just like mile a minute, like just dopamine hit. And then all of a sudden you've got an interaction from a human who's just like, hey, how are you doing? And you're just like,
bored.
Yeah, like you didn't entertain me. Like this is not the interaction that this wasn't part of my algorithm. Like this interaction wasn't part of that.
Start saying that to people.
Right.
You're not part of my algorithm. Don't talk to me right now, okay?
It is actually a pretty good one. Yeah, we should definitely start using that.
I like it.
Because I think that's literally what's going through their head is like they have only been fed what they want from these algorithms. And they're just basically like, this is an interaction. This is something that is uncomfortable to me. I do not like it. I did not ask for this. And therefore, I don't know how to or want to react to it.
Yeah.
Maybe it will stop showing up in my algorithm if I do.
And they will.
I mean, I'll say they might they get fired from their position, or they just become known as the socially awkward person that no one wants to talk to.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing. So I saw a woman actually who deals with a lot of hiring and stuff in companies. And she was literally like, these companies are to the point where they're having to create entire like departments catered around teaching Gen Z how to interact not just with like customers, but other employees because they do not know how to human. It's wild. And Gen Z is very mad that everyone has noticed. Like very mad.
Yeah, because they're now being called out for being weird. And like, what are you supposed to do? So like somebody just does that stare to you. Do you go, hey, scroll back to reality? Come on, scroll.
Right.
Or you just stare back, you give them the death stare back.
Right.
Just do that until they think it's awkward.
Right.
Because I mean, I don't know what I would do to somebody like that. Maybe snap your finger in their front of their face, like, hey, you there? You zone in? Then they probably want to fight me. But like, what do you do with these kind of people?
Right. Yeah. I have no idea. It's going to be interesting to see, and if these people are just constantly losing like jobs because of this, or if they're, like how the workforce decides to adapt to it. Because the fact of the matter is that all of these things are required, regardless of what kind of company you're in. Like you pretty much have to interact with other people, and honestly all they're going to do is weed themselves out of the workforce, because with AI right now, the way that these people behave, it's no better than AI. You might as well just get an AI that can do the job better anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if in the service industry you can't, but I feel like if I, let's say, owned a coffee shop, I would, if you did those kind of interactions, I would try to coach you not to do them, and if you continue to do them, I would just fire you. I'd be like, sorry, I don't want to have this weird moment. You can have this weird moment between other Gen Zers, I guess, but do they do it to each other? Do they feel like, oh, you're not on my algorithm?
Right. I think so to some degree, because I've also seen videos of people making fun of that as well. Like if you watch them in public, they kind of just like will be on their phones and then like stare at each other for a little bit and then go back to being on their phones. Like it's a really weird thing. Hopefully they figure it out. I hate it for them. The fact that they had to deal with all the COVID BS and it's basically broke their brains between that and the combination of all the like social media stuff. It's a shame. And I mean, hopefully they figure it out and don't take it too sensitively. Because I mean, the thing is, it's like you're adulting now. You're going to have to integrate, and not humaning is
and
not.
Very few positions or jobs in the real world are going to allow you to be the king of your own castle, especially if you're new to the workforce. Very rarely are you the one that gets to make the rules or set that kind of tone. You're the one that run around getting coffees that are trying to get your presentations up and ready to go before everybody else is there. Like I can't think of a single time where unless you're like self-employed, right? If you're like a photographer or something, maybe you can be like that freaking awkward.
But even still, it's like people don't tend to gravitate towards people that they can't even have a normal social interaction with.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
trying to think of like when I was younger, around that age, I guess, which I mean, I think we discussed a while back that Gen Zers can be as old as 28 or something like that. So I mean, definitely not that age, but I'm trying to think of like, first job, 16, working at Sonic or whatever. And it was never like a social awkwardness, I guess. I did have like the whole punk rock, don't like authority stuff. Right. I had to grow out of that a little bit, but I don't know, like interacting with customers that way feels weird. It just doesn't make sense to me. Obviously, if somebody's rude to you, then like kind of like fuck them. But I guess it needs to be justified to, could be like an oversensitivity to air quotes rudeness. But, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, the whole thing's really odd. So I wanted to call attention to it because all of you guys will be seeing more of it now, and it will, it's in the lexicon. At least people will be talking about the Gen Z stare, so you'll hear
I
it.
guess I'm just gonna start staring at them back because I don't know how to deal with those kind of people.
Right.
Yeah,
I just like zone out with them.
Right.
I'm gonna start staring at teenagers.
Yeah.
How I like to put it.
Yeah.
Well, are teenagers still Gen Z?
Yes.
Okay, they still are.
Some of them are.
I didn't know if because they're the older ones or if they're the ones in their 20s.
They're about out of being teens.
Okay.
Almost.
I just don't
So-
interact
really?
with them that much.
Right,
You know, I mean, like at most, I guess would be what fast food,
Yeah.
grocery store. I self check out. It's really I have a very limited amount of interaction. We do have high school interns
Right.
at
Oh,
work right now.
How's that?
It's fine.
Do you
They're-
interact with them?
Right. Yeah. Pickle Lips
Yeah,
says to
barely,
just ask
but-
them if they're having a stroke. And I think that that's the appropriate answer. It's just
Yeah.
like, did you just stroke out?
Yeah.
Like, are
You
we?
need medical attention.
Yes. Can
I'm
I?
just trying to think of like what's the most embarrassing thing you could ask a Gen Zer
Right.
because that's the way to break them of it.
Right.
You got to embarrass the shit out of them.
Right.
Be like, did you shit your pants?
Right. Or maybe I shit my pants. Like, either way, which makes you more uncomfortable.
Did you shit my pants?
Yeah. Who shit my
Mm,
pants?
yeah, in a
Who shit
second.
My pants.
Which is a thing Chris has said before. So I'm just gonna put that there. So yes, and Caveat Ty said my middle son gives me the Gen Z stare. So you'll have to talk to him about it, Caveat. I was actually wondering if you would chime in about that.
You should try the shit your pants quote.
Yeah.
I think it'll work.
Right. Yeah, I think it will. Just ask him if he shit your pants and see what he does. Maybe you'll at least get a smile out of him or a laugh.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. And before we head on into the next segment, once again, hello to everybody in the chat. We've got Pickle Lips and Caveat Ties, Twisted Reality, Emily Kruger, Chelsea M. We actually had Nerdy Ronan in here for a little bit. We got Jared Barnes and Brimstone. Is there anybody I've missed, you guys? That's chatting up in here.
I don't think
But
so.
I did want to tell everyone. And Jake Stanley, the
Ooh.
usual.
Miss Wasp.
Oh snap! We got a freaking Wasp super up in here.
Whoop whoop.
Yep. All right, Matt.
Yeah,
It's on you.
Jennifer. Thank you kindly. Raised 2 Gen Z boys, exercised my right to parent them, and it worked.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Hey,
yeah.
whoop that ass.
I mean, the generations are getting a little soft for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Like they definitely need to be put like if they're stepping out, they need to be put back into place.
Right, for sure. Because this is not a way to continue to go in society. And honestly, if you have Gen Z kids, which it seems like the younger generation, Gen Alpha, that's a Chad ass generation name if I've ever heard one.
Alpha?
Gen Alpha. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Getting to be alpha. That's pretty dope. But yeah, I think that with this generation, they really, if you're outside of this Gen Z stare type, you're very much going to stand out and rise above the crop. If you had parents that kind of push back against this, because in the workforce and everywhere else, you're just going to look like a freaking rock star if you can rub 2 brain cells together. So
Well, that's why I also wonder like how many of these Gen Zers that are doing this are like the outliers
Mhm.
almost. Because I mean, always the squeakiest wheel is the loudest. So
Right.
people that are doing the stare stand out
Mhm.
from the others that are normal. So I
Yeah.
really wonder if it's like all the Gen Zers doing this, or if it is just like a small populace of it. Just being
Yeah,
weird.
it sounds like it's a fairly large group, but I don't know. It's like you never know with these social movements when people talk about things and whatever. But it does sound like the overall Gen Z reaction is not too good. They're not happy about getting roasted.
Yeah. Oh, that
Which who
checks out.
is?
Yeah, well, it's kind of like what millennials with killing every industry ever.
Right.
It was like every headline was like millennials kill the diamond industry.
Right.
Like, okay,
Right. Yeah.
cool.
Great.
I mean, yeah, why would we spend $10,000 on a
Yeah.
diamond that you can get a manufactured one that costs $500?
Right.
We like the suffering. It has to have suffering involved. For it to
There wasn't
cost
blood,
more.
sweat, and tears in this diamond. I don't want
Exactly.
it.
Yeah. I want the blood inside of it.
Yeah.
Inside the
I
diamond.
want blood diamonds.
Package it with blood.
That's right. So, but yes, Wasp69, thank you for the super. We really appreciate it. And like to hear that you got some of them good boys that were raised right. 'Cause that's how you got to do it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
One of those
about
ones
it.
that are really going to stand out, like you're saying. Like,
Right.
they're going to be the normal ones. They're going to be the backbone of society that are actually the workers that get things done and are freaking awkward.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Exactly. And we got Sin's Corner up in the chat. What up, Sin? And if y'all are not subscribed to Sin's channel
yo.
as well, you should definitely
do
do
it.
that. She's awesome. And actually, well, no, I won't say that, but she's good people, and
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to put her on blast, being that no personal things about her. I almost did. So, anyways, but yeah, Sin's very cool. So definitely follow her channel, and thanks for hopping into the chat. But yeah, so I think we are going to go ahead and go get into the news, Matt. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Sweet. I just ruined these guys' day and told them that we were going to need more headphones, but I have not prepped the screen yet, so I am going to do that.
So you guys can stare at yourself in his glasses.
Right, yes. Stare at yourself. Yeah, I wonder if you can see them if I aim them just right. I wore these the other day on Bro Science, and I actually really enjoyed wearing them on stream. I don't know.
Oh, yeah?
Like, yeah, there's
Kind of like puts on a facade or something.
Right. Yeah,
Maybe costume.
Easy to check out boobs without anybody knowing.
You know,
the only reason to wear sunglasses.
That's the
You end up
only.
putting your face right in there. You know,
Yeah.
get caught.
Then you're like, my glasses are too dark. I can't see. Let me get up in there. I gotta. Yeah, that's really what it is.
Well, while Blaine is getting his thing set up,
yes.
Bookstore Thor, I see you. Twofer. Rusherford, isn't that a smelly kind of cheese?
Nice.
Yeah, I watched this with the kids, and Clark loved that part, and he was like, he just called him a stinky cheese, and he loved it and thought it was very funny.
Yeah, I watched this with Riggs.
Oh, did you?
And he was just like, sword fighting, this is awesome. So he got his like lightsabers out, and we like half the movie I was lightsabering.
Heck
with
yes.
them. So
nice. Yeah, here, I'm gonna try and make this full screen. How does that look for everybody else? Is that too big? Okay, so you guys know, I know Matt knows, Chris might not. Mortal Kombat 2 is coming. It is here, and we have Johnny Cage cast.
I think we talked about this.
Yeah.
I think
It's Carl Urban
as our boy.
Oh.
Yes. And this movie's coming out soon. It's going to be this year. And we got our first teaser trailer yesterday and our first real trailer today.
They weren't playing around. They were like, we're just going to give it to you. Normally it's like a teaser trailer, like, and then 2 months later, a trailer.
Right.
Right.
But this teaser trailer is something totally different, and it's phenomenal. And did you see the teaser, Matt?
I've avoided it. I had a feeling we might.
Okay. Good move. Y'all got to see this teaser. It is absolutely phenomenal.
All right.
So we're gonna key that up here.
From New Line Cinema, the studio that brought you Cool Hand Cage, Hard to Cage, and Rebel Without a Cage, comes Uncaged Fury. Starring Johnny Cage.
It's showtime.
They pissed him off. They fucked with his shades. They should have brought more guys.
You should have brought more guys.
Hell yeah.
Uncaged Fury. Coming to a theater near you.
Nice. Nice.
Uncaged Fury.
Perfect. Now that is how you're supposed to do a trailer.
Yes.
For a
absolutely.
What are these called? Stingers?
Stingers, yeah. Well, not really stinger. I guess like
it's a teaser.
A teaser.
A teaser.
Yeah.
Well, because that's the funny thing. I mean, he's not going to be quite like that in the movie.
Yeah.
Because that seemed to be like a trailer for a fake movie.
Right.
That he is playing.
His
He's an actor.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, me too. That looks hilarious. Looks really good. So, like I said, they did drop the full trailer for Mortal Kombat 2 today. And so I was very curious. Normally, we try to kind of stay away, at least to some degree, from trailers, just because we don't like to come in with too many preconceived notions. I was like, you know what? Screw it. That teaser was awesome. I'm gonna watch. This full trailer, and I have to say, I am very excited for Mortal Kombat 2.
Well, and from what I remember, we really liked the first Mortal Kombat.
did.
I know a lot of people like shit on it.
I don't get that
for whatever reason.
Right.
But I remember we reviewed it.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
And we all were like, we really like this. I don't know how we would have rated it now per the Criticless scale, but like at least a red, I think, for everybody in this room.
Yeah, I think so.
So
I can't remember, but I mean, I do remember it being better than I expected it to be.
Right.
Like, it was not a bad movie by any means. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Wait, who is Baraka? That's his name, right? The Brazilian green person.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't.
I thought it
I
was
know they
somebody.
casted him.
No.
but I
You're
can't remember.
thinking of Street Fighter.
Oh,
This
you're
Mortal
right.
Kombat. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm an idiot. Don't mind me.
Boo.
I could have swore they had. I thought I heard.
I
Some
thought there was some
casting
crazy
for-
casting for
Yeah, like it's
but I
John
can't
Cena
remember.
or
No,
something
that's
stupid.
all the really crazy casting is in that new Street Fighter movie. There's
Okay.
like some super creative casting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the cast from the last movie. Kano was great in the last movie, and all of us really liked him, and he's going to be back. Everything about it looks really cool.
Yeah.
There's you know, a lot of the classic lines. It looks good.
Get over here.
Yes. Oh yeah. There is that. There's the, you know, fatality, finish him.
Yeah.
All the stuff is in there, and I think it looks awesome. The other thing that I was going to bring up, I don't know if you guys have seen, but there is a trailer for Tron Ares.
Nice.
So I am afraid there's a lot of like there's music in this, and there's just
Spoilers.
obviously spoilers, but we do have a good idea of what is happening in this movie. I'm going to play the first couple seconds here.
Why are you spoiling?
Since time began, man has gazed at the stars and he has wondered, am I alone? So much talk of AI and big tech today. Virtual worlds, what are they going to look like? When will we get there? Well, folks, we're not going there. They are coming here. I would like you to meet Ares, the ultimate soldier. He's biblically strong, lightning fast, supremely intelligent. And if he is struck down on the battlefield, I will simply make you another.
So yeah, now we know what the plot of this film is.
Yeah.
So
And now I don't need to watch it. Thanks, Blaine.
no,
because
yeah.
Got it all figured out.
It's
Chris
all
just ruined it.
But yes, so now we know what this movie is about. None of us really knew what this movie was going to be.
Right.
Everybody was very curious.
Yeah.
That's the surface level plot.
Okay.
It's an interesting concept. I am curious.
It feels. What am I thinking of? There's
RoboCop, maybe.
no.
No.
It's fucking Mickey 88 or 17, whatever.
Mickey 18.
Yeah, it's kind of like a disposable soldier.
But
it's
it's an AI.
Yeah,
It's not a human.
Maybe.
Right.
That's the plot twist. They're killing the same human over and over again.
Yeah, it is also interesting how they're going to navigate. We talked about it several shows ago, but how they're going to navigate this whole thing with dealing with Jared Leto, just because he's such a controversial guy. But they, in the trailer, he doesn't actually say a whole lot. He's fairly low key.
I don't think he said anything.
Yeah.
Oh, well, in that
didn't
half of it.
from
Well,
what
I
we
was about
saw.
saying what we saw.
Yeah, that was only half of it. But I will say there are some Disney vibes happening in this trailer where you're like checking off boxes where you're like Asian chick, black chick, you know, this like diversity.
I mean,
like
that's
check,
gonna
check,
be every
check.
movie going forward. for the
Well,
rest
all
of the
these
time.
Disney movies. I mean,
No, I feel like a lot of movies nowadays just do that.
they are starting to, well, some were, and now they're starting to pull back and get less like trying to push that so hard. And it's not that we have problems with diversity in film. It's just a matter of like when you get the vibe that they're checking boxes where you're just like, we have to make sure we have this ethnicity and this gender and this like checkity check like.
Yeah.
And so in this combination, and I'm not saying for sure that that's going to happen in this movie. I hope this movie's freaking awesome. Tron Legacy. Wait, was that? Yes, because this is Ares. Tron Legacy is like one of my favorites. Freaking love it. One of the best soundtracks ever. 9 Inch Nails is doing the soundtrack for this movie. Looks awesome. I hope that this is one of the best things Disney's put out in years.
I hope so too. I mean, I'm not crazy on the Tron world. I've
Wow.
watched them once. It wasn't crazy about, but this one does kind of feel like Blade Runner a little bit, way darker than Blade Runner, but it has that Blade Runner-esque feel. The new Blade Runner, not the original per se. So I'm curious to see. I mean, it's a cool concept. Definitely a new one for the Tron world. So
Yeah,
it could be
coming
cool.
into the real world.
Yeah.
Other than being all based in the. See, I grew up with the OG Tron.
Right.
We had it on VHS, and I loved it. So that whole universe, I like it.
Yeah, because I mean, I remember you texted one day and you're like, "Oh, sorry, I spent a whole night making Tron gifts."
Yeah, because there weren't enough out there, man.
Right.
Stock
Now are
up
they
on
all
them.
out there now? Did you publish them on Giphy?
I don't know how to do that. No.
He just uses them for his own enjoyment.
That's right.
He was
I just sit
sharing
there
them
on my
in Criticless,
computer,
yeah.
just
Because I know before the users would be like using them a bunch because she loves Tron too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I didn't realize. I guess you can like, I get it's probably through PC, and I never thought about doing it. But you can download other people's GIFs, like in Criticless, when somebody does a GIF.
Oh, really?
And so as a joke, I did a GIF of myself saying "You're so stupid" from that one commercial I did.
Yeah.
And now Jared uses it around the app, and I'll randomly see it, and I'm like, "All right, props."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he specifically saves it up to use back at me, is for me to tell myself I'm stupid. So also
Don't use my words against me.
Right. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
The only person you'll listen to.
Right.
is yourself.
Exactly. So yeah, it's I hope this is great. I hope it's a really good movie. I'm, who knows? It's modern Disney, so it could turn out to be surprisingly good, or it could be the biggest pile of shit ever made. So,
and Jared Leto is one of those actors that's like, oh, he is okay in his more recent roles. I understand like his younger roles are probably more hits,
right,
or like cult classics, but his more recent roles have just been like,
right,
okay,
yeah,
like,
I was gonna say,
because he's in
so.
Blade Runner 2049. Speaking of that,
yeah,
he's like
or 24. What is it?
2099.
20? No, that's
No,
not.
it's 2049, I think.
Whatever it is. I'm not a huge fan of that movie, but yeah.
But he's in it, and he's
Right.
fine. He's not. I don't think he's a good actor. I don't think he's really a good
Leto,
actor.
yeah, he's so hit or miss. I mean, you think about It's Morbin time.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what's his best movie? Like,
Is it
what,
like Mr. Nobody or something? like that?
Well, that's one of them that people talk. The big one was Dallas Buyers Club. When he did that with and I never saw it, but when he did that, I think he literally like won an award or something, and that was
that
when,
McConaughey?
and Fight Club, I guess that was back in the day.
and he wasn't even a big
But Pretty
target.
Boy was obnoxious.
Like,
and-
he didn't hardly have. I think he had like a few lines, but
Mhm.
like his whole purpose there was to get
his face
beat up,
smashed
Yeah.
in. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Mortal Kombat, Tron Ares, both trailers are looking good. I will say later on in the Tron trailer, there's some badass action. There is some cool moments where like other vehicles from the Tron world are in the real world, and things that they do to fight real world things, and there's some cool shit. I don't want to say,
I'm
but
curious to see if they're going to get into whole like AI trying to take over.
right. Yeah,
Because
where
obviously
headed.
that's where most AI related
Right.
like things go.
Yeah.
I'll be curious, especially with that like opening line and be like, we thought we were going to go there, but really we're bringing them here kind of
Right.
thing.
Right.
So I wonder if they're going to tackle that, which is going to start becoming a very done trope
right
in the film world.
Yeah, I think it's already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we've had a lot
we're
of-
fully in it. They're going to be talking about it a lot coming up. So next piece of news here that we're going to share is that apparently the Assassin's Creed live action series has been ordered at Netflix. It is happening and moving forward.
Series, okay.
Yeah, TV series. I think it is much better suited for a television series.
Agreed.
And I could see this potentially going well. It is interesting after Ubisoft has just been absolutely publicly shitting their pants in front of everyone over the past 6 years, 7 years.
Maybe they should make a good game without bunch of fucking microtransaction bullshit.
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah, and just not feeling like a copy and pasted version of the previous game. They've been just endlessly doing that for several years now, and people are kind of over it. The last really good Ubisoft game I played was the one that was almost I don't want to call it a ripoff, but it was kind of a clone-esque of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It was
the Horizon
no
Zero
yeah,
Dawn.
No,
That's not
that's
Ubisoft, I don't
that's not Ubisoft. That's a Sony game. No, it was man, I'm blanking on the name of the game, but it was very much like Zelda Breath of the Wild. Looked a lot like it, felt like it, but it was Greek gods and stuff. And you were kind of
Hades?
No, it wasn't Hades. No, it literally
That's
looked
the
like
indie.
it was like even in similar art style and everything as Breath of the Wild. Somebody in the chat might know. Immortals Phoenix Rising. There we go. Crisco knew. That was actually an excellent game, and it was one of the last really good Ubisoft games that I played.
I've played a couple of the more recent Assassin's Creeds, but that's
Hadn't
about
been
it
great.
that I can think of about the Ubisoft. And they're fine. They're just honestly their worlds are too big.
Right.
They suffer from there's too much stuff to do, and I get burnt out.
Right.
Because their games are so big. And that's what I think is gonna happen with this new Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
I think the world's gonna be too big, and I'm just gonna get burnt
Right,
out.
getting
I'm not,
overwhelmed.
Well, maybe it's because I'm old. I'm
Right.
not like a teenager that has a ton of time to like
Right,
drive
jump
in
in.
circles doing stuff.
Right. It's hard to at this age once you have kids and stuff, especially to really like dig into a certain degree on
Yeah.
open world games. It can be hard. That's why I like having a Steam Deck. I find that any kind of games like that, I work better on a Steam Deck because it's just like I can play it in bed. I can still hang out with the wife or the kids or whoever and still play it some, and they can do their thing, but I can be
Yeah.
around and not have to like take up a whole TV and do a whole thing.
Right.
It definitely works better. But anyway, so yes, the Assassin's Creed live action series is moving forward at Netflix, so we can look out for that. They said the news comes nearly 5 years after it was first reported that Netflix was going to be developing this, and Ubisoft is still attached. And it, I don't think that there's even a ton of news quite yet as far as, casting or anything like that, or what the game is going to be. It says the official logline for the show states that it is centered on the secret war between two shadowy factions, one set on determining mankind's future through control and manipulation, while the other fights to preserve free will. The series follows its characters across pivotal historical events as they battle to shape humanity's destiny.
You mean the plot of every single one of the games?
Right. Imagine that. Yeah. So we don't know which game. We don't know if it's following Ezio. We don't know.
Right. Which, I mean, that's to be expected, right? I mean, that's the whole thing. So, of course, they're going to use that as the story because that is the story.
The story.
So, I mean,
and there was a failed movie as well.
Right.
That was connected to all of this. So
I feel like if they were smart, they wouldn't pretend the movie didn't exist. But what they would do is instead, because that movie took place with the first Assassin, if I remember right, or the first Assassin game. If they were smart, they would pick one of the middle Assassin games and be like, we're retelling that story.
Do the Vikings one. I feel like everybody liked the boat one.
Right.
Like that was
That's
like the most
one.
or the
Viking
pirate one
was one of the newer ones, but the pirate one would be cool.
Yeah.
Right.
That would be, but I doubt they'll do that one.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. The next piece of news here, it's a bit of news that at one time I think we would have been very excited about. And now everyone needs to be deeply, deeply concerned. And we probably need to hope that this doesn't happen.
Bring it. Oh,
it's that Taika Waititi said to direct to Judge Dredd. Boo! Yeah. Big fat boo.
I'm holding my booze.
Taika sucks balls of late.
Dude,
and
movies are garbage these days.
Yeah, Taika is not he's not the guy anymore.
But also, we already had a Perfect Dread.
Right.
What we need is a sequel with Carl fucking Urban back.
I heard that we were getting a TV series.
I think there's a lot of rumors floating around, but I doubt any of them are true. But I just don't think Taika has the capability to make an action movie like this. I just don't think he can. Like Thor Ragnarok was a fun movie.
Right.
It was funny, it was cheeky, but it was too funny and cheeky. So it worked. And then he tried to do it again with Love and Thunder, and that movie was just so bad. And now all of his projects are doing poorly.
Everything he's touched since pretty much Love and Thunder, it's like he did Jojo Rabbit. That was the last hit. And then it's just been he's had a TV show that came out and literally was unanimously despised by everyone.
Well, because it was a remake
of Time Bandits.
80s movie called Time Bandits.
And apparently he bastardized that to
well, he did the
he wokeified it. He's gone really woke. That's part of his problem.
Right. And so what's he gonna do? Dredd's gonna be like, I can't judge you because you are not of a pronoun. Oh, you are to be set free now.
Right.
I shall now go kill somebody else.
Yeah, I guess it is a kind of an interesting project for him to take over. It doesn't feel like his vibe.
Right.
Like it's just kind of unwanted carnage and violence and yeah.
I don't remember who did Dredd, but that person should be the one being eyed.
Right. Well, and it was Carl Urban too.
Right.
That movie was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
So I need to go back and see that again.
I watched it not that long ago.
Really?
Yeah. It holds up.
It's great. And that came out all the way back in 2012. It was directed by Pete Travis. Not super familiar with him, but apparently he did a great job with that movie. Now, I was right. They have been developing a Judge Dredd Mega City 1 TV show. But apparently it has been kind of in development hell for a while now.
Of course.
And it's just been having problems with the series. It was supposed to be a big budget production and all this stuff, and it's just had some issues. So
yeah.
It's just not going smoothly. But anyways, yes, Taika Waititi is set to direct the Judge Dredd film, and this might also mess up that TV show as well. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, because obviously a movie is going to be more profitable if it's successful. But also, I feel like Dredd now is such a big second movie has such a big following, that they could do a third movie or technically a second movie with Carl Urban, and it would be awesome.
Right. And who knows?
Would it be though?
Right.
There's no guarantee that
there
we're
aren't
going to
any
strike
guarantees,
gold
but,
twice. Maybe it's okay. Maybe we can stop being consumer focused and just be happy with the one good Dredd movie that we have. And do something else, you know,
Be
like
fine with it.
you
Right.
don't have
No,
to fucking
don't beat a dead horse.
Exactly. Or do like a animated series for it.
Which
I
it
think
was
that could be
basically, it was a comic
cool.
book anyways. So.
Right. Like don't try to just copy Dread. I don't know. I could appreciate it if it came out. I would probably watch it, check it out, but I don't think it's a necessity for every time there's a good movie that somebody needs to remake it or
do
make a
another.
sequel to it or something like that.
I agree.
Just leave it. But.
Yeah, and now there is one bit of news here that is possibly good news, which is that he's not writing it. It says that Drew Pearce, who did Fall Guy, Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, both those movies, will be doing the screenplay. So if Taika keeps his fingers off the script and just shoots the movie, this might be good.
Yeah, and it could be. He is a pretty competent director.
Right.
So if they keep it more comic book accurate, and then maybe we'll be doing good there.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. So we've got a twofer from Jake Stanley hopped in here, and he was like, maybe there's possibly a anime segment after all. So the problem is that we've already run over on these other two segments. So I do not think that today we will even be talking about what's streaming.
But
yeah, and because I've actually got a show that I am doing right after this one. If anybody is familiar with Comic Stat, he's in the community. He started a channel. I'm actually going to be leaving this show and going on his. There will be about a 30-minute gap on Comic Stat's channel. I'll plug it again at the end. But so I'll be hopping on his show, and we'll be doing kind of an interview / just talking about Superman and some different things that are happening. So thanks for the two for Jake. Appreciate it. And we will probably end up talking about anime next week if I were not.
Yeah, probably. There's a lot of new anime.
There's been a bunch.
New seasons dropping.
Right. There has been a bunch. So, and the one big plus is that we are one of the few people who actually talk about anime in this space. A lot of the other channels just don't talk about it much.
Really?
Yeah,
they
they
have
don't.
your old mentality up.
They do.
It's anime. I'm like,
Super gay.
it's super awesome.
Right.
That's like probably 90% of them. They're true.
Right.
There's good anime out there.
There is, right.
There's a lot of real bad.
There is a lot of that stuff too. So yeah. And we got another super chat. We got a $5 from Ash Lockhart, who says 90s was our peak with using our imagination. After that, companies took over film and games, then only cared about money and manipulation. And you know what, Ash Lockhart, you're not wrong.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, these companies have kind of lost the way, and
the spirit of it.
They have. And I've just been watching so many older things of late, especially a lot of 90s and 80s things. And I'm just like, damn, like we've lost it. Like even after this movie today, it's like I was talking to the kids, and I just realized that they haven't seen many movies like that, like the Three Musketeers or like these films. And I'm like, we used to see stuff like this all the time back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, it was all the time.
Oh, Blaine?
Yeah.
Do better.
You know?
Introduce them to better stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and it's interesting because it's not like these kind of movies aren't still being made, but what they do is they just try to use all this like effects and make it this big grand movie where they blow this huge budget and then they're like, oh, it failed.
Right.
Yeah, because your budget was insane for a movie that people will go see, but not enough to make it profitable.
Right.
Because I'm thinking about King Arthur and there was a Robin Hood, both that were in the last like couple years that were exactly like that. There were these not original, but these like classic tales being told on these huge like budgets where they try to like modernize it and stuff to a degree. And you're like, it doesn't work. And those movies failed.
Even to a degree, like with the King Arthur movie that had Charlie Hunnam.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Guy Ritchie. Like, and it wasn't a bad movie, but it's like, dude, you could have done this with like half the budget and half the ridiculousness and your style, and this still would have been phenomenal.
Right.
Like you had the pieces in place, and it's kind of a bummer. So yeah, but that's kind of been the news. And thanks guys for the super chats. We really appreciate it. And I know that everybody is waiting with bated breath. Y'all are just ready for us to talk about Three Musketeers. And I think we really just need to get on to the meat and potatoes of this. What you think, Matt?
Let's do it. No spoiler free. We go straight to spoilers.
Let's run both bumpers back to back because you can't not see the humpy ladies.
Right. Can we stop doing at the same?
Yeah, that was the humpy ladies.
That was the humpy ladies.
On to the spoilers.
Yeah. All right, and I've got my screen shared here, got it pulled up for you guys on our Criticless page here for the Three Musketeers. This is currently streaming on Disney Plus if you wanted to watch it for free, and our sub to Disney Plus. I know some people have been on a Disney Plus or just Disney boycott in general of late, but I find that Disney Plus especially, there's so many of these older films that it's like those alone are worth keeping it. Don't have a lot of guilt connected to paying for Disney Plus, considering that it's like if I had to rent all the cool older films that were on Disney Plus, I'd be giving Disney much more money than they're getting for me paying for this.
Paying for a subscription.
Right. So I'd rather just sub to D Plus. So yeah. So this movie right now, let me refresh the screen actually, just in case, depending on what has happened in the app. I think we're still, so we did bump up one more review. So right now, this is Three Musketeers is sitting at an 83% by 12 of you guys. And quite a few of you in the chat have dropped your reviews. I really appreciate it. Now, I mentioned before, this film was directed by Stephen Herrick. Now, that name didn't ring a bell. Didn't know who this guy was. We have all seen his movies. Did not know.
Yeah.
This is the dude that freaking did Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Okay.
Like, Matt, aren't you the one that has like never seen those movies?
Still have not seen it.
Wild.
Yeah. And I had it too, because I like got it through like a cereal box or something like that.
Dang.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And it was just one of those things where I had it and I was like, I don't know what this is. I guess I got it when I was too young.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't know what this is. And so I never watched it. And
Was it a DVD?
Yeah,
Right.
it was a DVD. Yeah, remember it had like a paper sleeve.
Shoving VHSs and cereal boxes.
It'd be pretty rad to get a VHS in a cereal box.
No, I think I literally had to like cut out the barcodes and like mail it off. And it was like movie or something like that.
That was so cool.
Right.
God, so cool. Or was it a pain in the ass?
I mean, it was a pain in the ass.
To keep
but
track
it
of all
was a cool
these
concept as a kid to get.
I remember I got a mixed CD that way.
Right.
It was like you got 4 songs on a CD if you like went to Pizza Hut or something.
Now this is what I call music 76.
Right. And this is also the guy that did 101 Dalmatians, the live action movie, which is quite good. He did Critters. He did Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg back in the day. You definitely recognize the poster if you saw it. I don't know that I actually ever saw the film.
Familiar.
But yeah, he's the guy that did that. Now we've got one review. Weirdly enough, it says we have 2, which makes me think that it might be connected to a deleted account, which is technically dormant. But that review gave it a 57%. But yeah, and the Mighty Ducks. Like this guy did a lot of pretty cool films. So I did not realize that was who did this movie. Now I rattled off earlier the cast for this film, which is stacked, like so many people. Now it did star our D'Artagnan is Chris O'Donnell, and really, I mean, if Chris O'Donnell should be heralded for anything in his career, he was a Robin.
Robin all day, bro.
He's a Robin. That's Robin, guys. Nipples and all.
Yep.
He is our
Robin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And the spandex butts, all of it. That's after seeing him as Robin, I remember that's probably honestly why I watched this Three Musketeers movie, was because he was in it, and I thought he was so cool as Robin that I was like, I need to see him in another movie. Yeah, probably. But
you know what I noticed watching this though is that he actually gives off real big Luke Skywalker vibes.
He does.
He would have been a good Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Like they both were kind of like whiny little bees.
He's not whiny though in this movie. You think he's whiny?
Brother, yeah.
No.
Brother.
He's got bigger balls than Luke does in this movie.
Well,
yeah, he's taking on all his fights.
No, it's the same thing as
himself.
Luke. He was full of himself and thought he could take on the world, but he just had that tone of whiny little.
D'Artagnan actually pulls it off, though, I think.
Oh, look, I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, because he's got
I'm just saying.
Bone.
Right.
Then he's like willing to fight people off the cuff, like prove himself. And such.
And he just gave up that vibe.
Obviously, Kiefer Sutherland was still on a high at this point. He was a god at this time, and is kind of the first build in the photo. Look at that stud right there. I mean, he's a
that
vibe.
mane of hair.
Oh yeah.
It reminded me of fucking what is it called?
Obi-Wan.
Oh,
yeah, he does look like Obi-Wan in this movie.
What's the one where they all kill themselves? Flatliners.
Oh yeah,
He looks just like Flatliners in this. Just
right.
I don't know.
And then we've got our Oliver Platt, who personally I think steals the show in this movie. I totally forgot he was in this film. He's kind of the comedic relief, and every scene he shows up in, you're gonna laugh.
He's the best.
Yeah, he's great in this. Also, Charlie Sheen, a surprisingly quiet role by old Charlie.
Surprisingly, the priestly one,
Right.
which is so funny to see, knowing his career later on and his personal life, like being a wild dude.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of an unexpected role for him after going back to it. You're like, this doesn't seem very Charlie Sheen to me.
Yeah.
No, and I like it almost takes me out of the movie.
Right.
Knowing like everything else about him and watching him in this role. I'm like,
yeah,
you're acting, but you also are Charlie Sheen.
You're still Charlie Sheen. I know what you're about.
Yep.
And then the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Tim Curry.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, this guy, he's our titular villain in the film, playing the Cardinal. And so those are our main build people. And then a slew of sexy ladies. This movie, more sexual than I remembered.
Dude.
Movie's pretty horny.
Hey, son, look at me.
Yeah.
Look over here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Don't go over there. Here, let's sword fight real quick.
Yeah. That's so my kids watched this with me, and I heard a lot of over from my sons into the couch. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's my guy.
I love that. That's like he's vocal about it. He's not, like there's no shame.
No shame
at all. It's all just like hell yeah. This is what I'm about.
Yeah.
And I'm about it.
You want to see a guy that's not gay? This guy. Those are boobs.
Yeah, the cleavage in this was
lots of cleavage.
Off the chart. For this to be a PG movie, there was actually a lot in this that I was just like,
I mean, look at these kids.
It's just typical 90s PG movies, though. It was on a different level. Like
the 90s was a horny day and age. You know what I'm saying?
Even the violence. Like, there's people getting squished in between spike traps and like.
Yeah. But there's also plenty of like deaths that are like not shown.
Right.
Like, somebody falls off of something.
Right.
And there's a building and you just see.
Yeah.
Right.
So the rapey nature of it, the sexual side for sure was very.
Yeah, that's
PG.
also important to the story.
Right.
Oh no, 100%. I'm not saying it's wrong, and I'm just it's just surprising always. Anytime I go back to
for sure. There's so much cleavage in this movie.
Yeah.
Primarily by this lady, which is actress Rebecca De Mornay. She was fine in this movie.
She the assassin?
Yes.
Milady.
Milady.
So
Tips Fedora.
She worked for me. But so we've got our themes from you guys here in the app. Y'all have kind of all rated it on each of the scales. It looks like we've got a bit of language, a bit more violence, a bit of nudity and sexual content, no political bias. I would put it at a bit. I wouldn't put it any higher than that because nothing happens.
Well, also I was like none.
Yeah. Oh, none. Right.
Just because of cleavage, that's not.
Well, there's also the scene in the brothel.
There's a lot of suggested.
It's like my son thought that the whole scene where they were like teaching him, the young dude how to woo women,
winching.
Winching.
Yeah.
He was all in. Was just like
he had a notepad.
Taking notes. All right. And the scene and during that scene when he's like, your face is like melted acid or something. Like the best picture line ever.
He's like writing that down to use that for sure.
And you guys put it at very fair, family friendly, which I think is fair. Instead of putting it at 100. So because it's not quite 100%, but it's up there, and a ton of entertainment value, which is hard to hit for the big crowd pleaser.
I mean, there's a lot of sword fighting. So as long as you're down for sword fighting as entertainment, then it's continual. There are some movies where there will be sword fights, but they're not as like frequent. But in this movie, every like 5 to 10 minutes, the swords are drawn and there's crossing of swords.
Have you
crossing of swords? Yeah. You know what they say about crossing the swords.
I thought it was streams, but yes.
You know, it's
sword fighting, splitting stream. Have y'all gotten kind of spoiled on sword fights? I noticed, or fights in general, really. I noticed watching this, like the fight choreography is fine.
It's fine.
You know, it was 100% acceptable in the 90s. Now I'm like looking at this and I'm like, wow, these are pretty just like tink, 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 back and forth. Like I'm
these
so
are master
spoiled from
swordsmen that are just doing like basic sword mechanics.
I think there have been so many movies to where it keeps getting more and more intense, you know, where you kind of go back in time to these other ones and it's
So we've got Quagmire in here talking mad shit. Quagmire, I'll let Chris or Matt go ahead and read this. You're welcome to.
Blaine trying to look like a heavy metal character with those shades. Too bad his hair is like his review.
You know what? I'll take it. You know what? I'll as usual, taking trash for my heavy metal reviews as well. So No. We're gonna almost have to after our continual hazing of my opinions on heavy metal. We're almost gonna have to like review it on this show and let Matt also give it his low score so that you can harass him as well.
I mean, you can go look at it. I reviewed it. It was not that great of a movie. So.
Oh no, he didn't. No,
I said it. I said it. It was not that good of a movie.
Right.
I think people like to love it because they're spank bank, but
I mean that is true. So all right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to for a moment pull down the Criticless stuff and bring us back on screen, and then accidentally go right back.
Go right back to it.
And we're going to talk about our opinions / scores of this, and then we will pivot back over into y'all's scores, your thoughts, kind of dig in with you guys in the chat, and see kind of where everybody lands with this and talk about the film overall. So
let's do it.
I already know that this is one of Matt's favorites. If I remember correctly, at least I say that. I know that
bold of you.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that he has watched this. He watches this a lot. I think I heard his wife say that, if I'm not mistaken.
You're mistaken. It's for a different Three Musketeers.
Am I? Oh, it wasn't this one.
It's not this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Which three? Oh, is that like the new one? Like the
one that came out? Yeah, the one like 2011.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a new duo movie that I've yet to watch. That's called like Three Musketeers, D'Artagnan, and Three Musketeers, Milady.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen that one yet. I know that one's like a foreign. I think it's actually
foreign. Everybody, I have heard great things about it.
I've heard great things about it too. And the only reason I hadn't watched it is suppose somebody had mentioned there was gonna be a third one, and I was like, oh, I'll wait for the third one. Well, I looked it up recently, and there's not a third one. They're both on Disney. So that's on my like to watch list. No, I really like the freaking 2011 one that's ridiculous as can be, because it has it's done by what's his name from Resident Evil?
Paul W.S. Anderson. He can put out a great film or the worst film you've ever seen.
So people hate this movie because there's like flying airships.
Sounds awesome.
And like, oh no, this movie is fucking awesome because of that. And it's got Mila, it has Orlando Bloom.
I mean, I'll say Orlando Bloom looks phenomenal in this film. D'Artagnan looks hella gay.
But like, it has what's his face that was in the I mean, the cast for this movie is
movie is awesome.
Like, look at that. Like,
I mean, and Mila Jovovich, no surprise, Paul W.S. Anderson put her in it because he's in she's in all of his films. Logan Lerman, I like, and actually Matthew McFadden, who won me over big time with Succession. He's on that. I did not realize he was one of these guys. And Ray Stevenson, who's a freaking rock star. And is great. Which did he not pass away?
Yeah,
recently?
he passed away after because he was in Ahsoka, and then basically like, before Ahsoka even finished airing, he passed away.
Dude, Luke Evans, Mads Mikkelsen, Orlando Bloom.
Oh, I know.
Christopher Waltz.
And then you add in the element of like being like pseudo like futuristic, where they have like flying, like they're actually ships that they've put like flying mechanism on. Like,
the cast is still go. Christoph Waltz, James Corden, Juno Temple. Like,
and James Corden gets shit on literally. It's hilarious.
Literally
they make
shit
him
on.
sleep on like a balcony, and he's like, birds are shitting on him. It's fantastic.
All right,
like this movie is a fucking treasure.
But not the movie we're talking about.
No, I'm just arguing because so many people hate this movie.
As Mike Dixie said, to quote me earlier, he said they're French, so they are hella gay.
Right. So perfectly fine.
Right. It's totally fine.
Gay as hell.
Yeah, but I do want to see it. So this might have to go on my watch list now that I've seen this one, and the kids really liked the last one. We'll have to see what the chat thinks. But I was scrolling through. If you see, there are a gajillion Three Musketeers movies apparently, and there was one in this list that I've decided is going to be the one that I am going to watch, and it is right here. The Sex Adventures of the Three Musketeers. Which
that is just a porno from the 70s.
Yeah, I'm not going to make this large screen because I'm not even completely sure that the women aren't totally topless on the poster. So we're just going to go ahead and leave that screen.
Yeah.
But I saw that in here and I was like, well, that's clearly the one we should be reviewing.
Messed up.
But so, Matt, being that this is not the movie
not
that
the
I
one
thought
you thought.
Is this your first time seeing this one?
No, actually, I did watch this one also relatively recently because I did go through. I just like the Three Musketeers story.
Okay,
I think it's a fun story. It's very like, it's a cut and dry story. It was good and bad. It's very clear cut, and it's just a fun story. And so I watched both of those.
Okay,
kind of back to back. And funny enough, I didn't review this one. I don't know why I didn't review it at the time, but I didn't. So this is the second time I've watched it, probably in the last year.
Right.
And I like this one. No, I like it. I think this is the most excellent.
Okay.
I think I like the other one better.
Okay.
Just because it's more like ridiculous. The fights are better. I mean, there's like a slow motion scene where Mila is sliding on her knees as like cannonballs are like exploding out of walls above her. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just that's what makes it awesome.
Right.
That's a Matt kind of movie.
Yeah,
you like the
It
ridiculous.
sounds like a mad-ass movie.
It is.
And
I bet it's a good time.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people in the chat have seen that film. I am interested to hear y'all's thoughts about it. Or if you've even seen it or plan to possibly after Matt's glowing review of that film.
I actually watched it like 3 times in like a month. And it's just so much fun. It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's where like I think Hollywood misses the mark most of the time now.
Right.
Is fun movies.
I'd agree
and this
with
is
that.
definitely that one is definitely one of those movies where I'm just like, it's ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
over the top. It's semi-plausible. Like I ended up making a whole list based on this like genre. It's like a subgenre. It's called like gear punk.
Mhm.
Okay.
Where it's old and League of a Thousand Gentlemen is one of them where it's like takes
not
place in like
steampunk?
the 20s, but they have like futuristic, semi like unrealistic equipment.
Yeah. The technology is more
Right.
advanced for the time.
And
yeah.
so
I think we should also review this one. This is a this is a Korean Three Musketeers.
That's probably awesome then.
And it looks like it's actually set in Korea.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Dude, in sailing the 7 seas trying to find this movie, I found that there are a bajillion.
Yes.
Well,
and
somebody
a
asked-
lot of them are
Jake
foreign.
said or
What's the oldest?
Yeah, so what's the oldest?
Oldest I
couldn't
saw
even tell
was
you. Probably one in the
1967.
Right.
But I'm sure there's older than that.
There's some really old ones. Would not be surprised if
That's going to require a Google with a little more
Right.
advanced like search mechanism.
Advanced searching on
right, like this
Google.
one right here looks super
Yeah.
old and it's from 1916. So there are clearly some super duper old ones. Like this one's from 35 and it's clearly, 16 is the oldest one I've seen. And there was
Well, there
apparently
weren't
some-
very many moving pictures before that.
Right. So that's probably the oldest. So it is pretty wild that there's that many of these movies.
It's because there are these classic tales.
Right.
Yeah.
They get told over and over again. And always
Tale
will
as
be.
old as
So like
time.
Robin Hood, this,
Yeah.
and others that I can't think of right now.
Yeah.
All the other ones, obviously.
The other one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dracula
Pokemon.
and things like that.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pokemon, obviously.
Yeah.
Where these are tales that are going to be told over and over again because they are clear. That's why, like, my 3.5-year-old was like, I like this movie because I was like, blue good, red bad, and he was like,
Right.
got it,
Yeah.
go
Yep.
blue.
Understood.
And I was like, yeah, you.
Sexy lady, evil.
Right. Had to be like, well, she's not actually bad.
Right,
She's just making
bad-ish.
bad decisions. And my
Right.
2-year-old or
That's
3.5-year-old
bad.
was like, and what you mean? I'm not paying attention anymore. Sword fight.
Right, exactly.
I was, fair
Yeah.
enough.
My kids were all in on this one for sure. All right, so round table here, Matt.
Yep, yep,
most
yep.
excellent of
Yeah,
some
but
degree.
most excellent, I think. I like the other one more, and I give it
80s,
90, so
90s.
maybe like an 85.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm proud of myself.
Chris, where do you sit? And
Same.
I guess yes. around the
Yeah,
same.
it'll be probably 83, 84,
Nice.
somewhere in that.
Okay.
Nice.
Sweet. Yeah, I
Wayne hated it.
yeah, freaking hate this movie so much.
Dumb.
It's so dumb. No, this movie's right down my alley. It's great. It's got all the things that films of this time have that were great.
Yeah.
Quality storytelling.
Yep.
There's action, there's comedy, there's beautiful women. There is just, like I said, that comedy, which is nice in this, but also it can be serious.
Right.
We were talking about earlier, as far as I really did think that Oliver Platt's Porthos kind of stole the show as far as the actual Three Musketeers. He's just a very endearing, fun, funny character. Like you said, Chris, kind of the action is one of the, I don't want to call it a low part, but it's like we have been spoiled by fight choreography since this came out. Fight choreography's just gotten so good. But also there were some really fun action scenes. And
and I do appreciate that there's no shaky cam.
Right.
This is before, or now it's not before, but they chose not to do shaky cam so that I'm throwing up everywhere. So it's great.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, and that's my thing kind of with modern day fights. They kind of are like, oh, we're going to make these fights too quick. That's kind of like my problems with like John Wick-esque movies.
Right.
It's like 2 hits and you're done. Well, not really. Like in these old days, like they would spar and stuff with each other. So yeah, some of the fight mechanics were a little blocky or a little seemed rudimentary. But it was also like, okay, cool. They're gonna have a tit for tat and back and forth, and like they're gonna actually like fight for a while,
right?
And not just like fall down.
Sure.
I mean, there were a couple times where it's just like poke, you're dead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these are some very long, pointy, stabby swords, so you get a good stab through the heart or whatever with these things.
It takes time to bleed out.
As my Dixie said, and also no lens flares. So none of that.
True.
Since J.J. Abrams popularized the lens flare, I appreciate a good lens flare, but they've got to be used within reason and
no Michael Bay.
No, and Michael Bay. Yeah, Michael Bay as well.
God, like the
between
island.
the two of them. Dude, The Island is a masterpiece.
Yeah, wait,
you need to go back and watch it. We need to review it.
All right, we can review it.
Let's do it.
What?
And you guys will realize that movie's actually pretty bad.
Oh my God, pretty bad.
Isn't that Ewan McGregor?
Yes, and it's a masterpiece.
And he's great, but the movie's not.
No,
Okay.
wrong. Scarlett Johansson.
When was the last time y'all
super
watched
sexy.
it?
Oh, yeah.
I saw it many times when I was young.
And when was the last time in this modern day of movie telling?
I think I only watched it whenever it first came out. I might have seen it one or two
I
times.
own it and have seen it many times, but I probably have not seen it in the past 10, 15
I'm
years.
telling y'all, upon a rewatch, you're just like, this is not a good movie.
Well, y'all let us know, chat. Is The Island good? Clearly, Hutch, you get a
Is what I
downvote.
give it?
Bookstore Thor, I'm disappointed in you.
Everyone's right.
It's a 50, so I'll let it slide. But Matt has already gotten a downvote for a 38 because he's the devil.
Because it's a bad movie, and I stand by my opinion. Bring on the downvotes. I
send them.
I actually like.
Send them
I need to have like a board where I like display my downvotes because I'm proud of my downvotes. I like to be an outlier on my opinions for things.
Well, you have a lot of bad opinions, so don't.
Oh, I get
you
downvoted.
worry.
It
It's a lot.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Like the crowd I keep.
Yeah, right.
True.
People also worth downvoting. And we actually have we've gotten another review in here as well. We've got MC our MKBU fan who was in the chat as well, gave it a 97%.
Yeah, new user too.
Yes,
I believe.
My official opinion, though, very quickly, is just that I do like it. I would probably give it. I think when I drop my review, it'll probably be about an 87, right around in y'all's vicinity, maybe a hair higher. I think that the praise for this movie is warranted, and I think we are going to pull up Rotten Tomatoes and see why they hated it and why it got bombed and critically panned. Because I don't really understand it. I don't really have a lot of qualms, a lot of real issues with this. There are a couple of scenes where there's a bit of like bad framing and or like overacting ovaries. Yes, there's
so many ovaries.
So many ovaries.
Like 3 of them. That was crazy.
Right. 3 whole ovaries. No, there's a scene where, for example, this is spoilers as we said. But where the mistress decides, or when she's about to get her head cut off, and Kiefer Sutherland's like, no,
yeah,
and it's bad.
That's a laugh out loud.
Yeah, it's a real bad scene.
Yeah, Kiefer's acting.
It wasn't great in this movie.
Was not the best.
It's
like
not,
his whole pouring his heart out, telling you his backstory, where he was pretending it was somebody else.
Right.
It didn't hit me in the old gooch, like a lot of heartfelt things.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'm a pretty sensey dude.
Right.
So I'll cry.
His speech just didn't grab you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay. This was not Kiefer's best role, but he is such a good screen presence. Like he
still kills it in this.
He still works. It's just he had a few moments, or there's like a scene when he gets stabbed, and it's a bit extra. It's kind of like
Have you ever been stabbed?
Yeah, I haven't. Maybe that's how I would.
I've always heard being stabbed hurts. Like
it seems
even more than being shot.
Yeah.
I've heard.
I'd rather be shot.
I've not been done either.
No, I think I'd rather be shot for sure.
Shoot me right in the head.
Don't do either of those for me. Please and thank you. But I mean, if you got to pick one or the other, let's not stabby. That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
So also Jake Stanley said that Island is fucking dope, and he said that you're an idiot, Matt. Actually, he didn't say that, but I said that. But yeah. So so we've got some reviews from you guys. I'm gonna pull those back up.
I will say one of the things that like jumped out at me as weird was when Kiefer was fighting off against like the brigade of guys, and he tells D'Artagnan to like go.
Yeah, when he was beating off a bunch of dudes. Yep.
Yeah. And I was like, this is the wrong movie. I'm
beating
watching the wrong movie apparently. I'm halfway through this
Sex
movie.
Lives of the Three Musketeers, clearly.
But those guys like had him pinned to the ground.
Yeah. Matt, this keeps getting more.
Did we watch the same movie?
I don't think we watched the
I mean, they're the French. So. This is quite a normal movie.
There was some French shit happening, and you should have seen.
They mentioned Big Cat at least 3 times.
Right. Have we talked about the bushes in this movie?
But he just like magically escapes.
Right.
And like he was surrounded. There were a handful of guys, like, and he didn't. I mean, the guns you have to reload. I'm like, they're fucking muskets, like.
Right.
And that he just magically was able to escape. There's a couple times that in this movie where I'm like, they just waved away what was really happening to like progress the story. Because there was this much later in the very end when the Cardinals escaping in the boat and Charlie Sheen's already on the boat.
Yeah.
And I was just like, how did he get down here when literally they were like one of the other guys was like, I didn't even know this was here.
Right.
And I was like,
he somehow teleported.
He teleported down there, passed
Yeah.
through him through like maybe what was probably the only door into his room. And I was just like, that was a cool reveal and funny, but like
a little goofy.
I
didn't even really notice that stuff, which this is the type of movie where I'm like suspending disbelief. It's there's a fantastical element to it.
Why is there a fantastical element to this movie? This is a very like grounded movie.
Says the person. Never mind.
I'm just asking.
He's saying it's grounded because he likes the one with the airships.
Right. Yeah.
It's not grounded. It's lofty in the air. And I'm like, that one, sure. That is a magical-esque movie. This one is a much grounded.
Sure.
movie.
Yeah, there's not magic, so them teleporting to the boat does.
I think what I mean by fantastical is like that this movie isn't overly serious. I don't mean it in like it's a fantasy movie. But I just mean it as far as it is very comfortable in its humor and like it doesn't take itself too seriously, which instantly makes me analyze nitpicky type things less.
Honestly, like, it wasn't an analysis. It just like popped into my head while I was watching.
Right.
You know? And most of the time when that happens to me in a movie, I start taking off point.
Right.
Because I'm just like, well, how? Like,
right. It wasn't
accents
that they had.
So that's another thing where I mean it's just kind of disconnected.
Yeah.
But like you gotta respect it, honestly. Like I respect the balls for them to be like, there's like British accents happening, there's other kind of accents, and they're like the main four Americans. You know why?
Even everybody that they interact with.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, but
we're going to Paris, and they're like, "What's up?
Yeah,
how's it going? Welcome to Paris. Get out of here, you pigs.
You just go to your local Taco Bell, man."
Right. Yeah. That stuff. I kind of
don't mind.
I kind of like it. Even though it's ludicrous. Right. Where it's just like that was back then. They were just like, no, this is an American film. Right. Therefore, we talk like Americans. Like, we ain't going to talk like no Frenchy Frenchman.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was okay with that. Also, one of the things that I love that MCU Campy brought up was the D'Artagnan. Constantly.
Right.
It's so good.
Yeah, that guy was that like comedic beat. It was great.
It is.
Especially at the end when like he's like still trying to fight him for his sister's honor.
Right.
So what do y'all think was the implied? I'm thinking BJ from
Beach.
Yeah, because he was like,
yeah.
Your sister wanted to give me a parting gift. And I'm like,
or he just like he threw some pipe. You know, he's like,
I think it's
I think it's a beach.
Either way, you know,
We're right, Matt.
It's very, very clear that our boy got some tail. And that's what made all of this go south.
Yeah. Well, that's why he fit right in with the Musketeers.
Right.
And
he's a rapscallion.
Yeah, rapscallion. Just sword swinger. Just doing a job.
More than one way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So on to y'all's reviews here. Campy fan recently just dropped his 97, says it's a wonderful adventure and surprisingly by Disney. And that is true. My Dixie wrecked. And all the I'll say this, all the other people on all the other channels, really just it's really that Monday Hangover. They're terrified to say your name, but I will say it, Dixie.
What? Why not?
It's like Manly Knit over there.
No. That's Umbro Science.
Oh, never mind.
Two different shows, very different shows.
I can't keep up.
It's because we have a few Padres on the Monday Hangover, and we try and keep it marginally between the lines for them. Or on the hard R movies, they aren't on those
hard.
Yeah, the hard R's. You know,
hard R. What hard R are we talking about?
Well, yeah, sometimes you gotta watch them. So
I have to watch.
So my Dixie, he said the only Three Musketeers that I really enjoy is a candy bar. So yeah, and
man, I have not had
Three Musketeers
in a hot minute.
I don't like
that chocolate
nuts in my chocolate. You know?
They don't have chocolate.
They're just not.
Oh wait, no, that's right. Three Musketeers.
It's just like a nougat with a chocolate coating.
It's just a whipped. No, I really like Three Musketeer bars a lot. Actually, they're one of my more.
Yeah, I
have. Those are the more common ones. I'll get a Three Musketeer or I'll get a Milky Way.
See, I'm the opposite. I like my nuts.
No, you would. So says the guy talking about people getting
like, I'll give me a Reese's, Babe Ruth, or a Payday. All nutty as
nuts.
Blaine hates nuts.
Listen, and if they're freaking
boiled,
listen, if they are boiled peanuts, you keep that nasty
fuck out of the South.
shit. That is vile.
I'll give Blaine
wet beans.
I'll give Blaine kudos. He did try them again.
I tried them again this past week.
Yeah. Oh,
Dude,
really?
I love sucking on some wet nuts.
Oh god,
They're so salty.
clip that. Someone clip that, please. We will.
Please do. I'll run that on my page all day. That's
We will.
hilarious.
I don't like them wet beans. And if anybody in the chat is familiar with
They're
boiled peanuts, they're
legumes.
terrible. And we got Mo Zamboni in here. So what's up, buddy? Nice of you to hop in on the chat. And speaking of Monday hangover, he must have, his gonads were tingling.
Yeah,
And he knew. He says that ain't the way, Blaine. It's because anything I say will be clipped and I'll never hear the end of it until the end of Earth. Yes, if anybody doesn't know, Mo Zamboni is an 80-year-old man. He's been married for at least 60 of those years and will probably never show up in this studio because he hates my guts, clearly.
A man of good taste.
No, hopefully we'll have Mo on the show soon here.
We're just going to grab him hostage.
Right, we will. We'll take him hostage. But yeah, what up, Mo? So so Maya Dixie, you didn't hate it though. You gave it a 65. You've had much spicier takes I've seen in the past. Caveat ties, Mr. Cave Titties in the chat as well, and one of our mods gave it a 67%. Fun, quirky, and diverse characterizations, yet kind of generic, and can't resist the power flick. So yeah, I get it. I guess I don't know about generic though. For me personally, I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, if you were at the time. Probably, yeah. I mean, I think it probably does a lot of the same things in movies at that time period.
Right.
But I feel like it's been long enough,
right?
30 plus years that I think it's good. You know,
that's always the challenge watching older movies like this because things have been done, and that's I think about this pretty often. Is The Matrix mind fucking blowing for us? Right,
right.
Like, and then kids nowadays are like, oh, I saw this in Fortnite.
Right.
And you're like, the fuck you did. You're sitting down, you're gonna like this movie.
Dude, the number of times that I've just been appalled when my kids have said like, oh, this is the song from Fortnite, or this is a song from some very modern movie. And I'm just like, no, it's not. Don't say that. Like, it just really does make you feel old though.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, it's not from that.
But I can't help think about this movie in that aspect.
Right.
Because it is. It's like, that was probably awesome.
Right.
In 93. And it's still a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But it's like, Chris, you were talking about like comparing it to modern day sword fights.
Yeah.
Especially now that we have things like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and
right.
you get like these Asian fight scenes that are like
awesome. A movie that's 25 years old.
Like, we now have. But I'm talking like this is after that.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
We're able to see it
in a new modern movie. But I'm just saying, like, that was post this movie by like 15 years, something like that. And it just does sword fighting. The level of sword fighting has just become so far.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean.
True.
And also, so we got Jake Blueblaze in the chat. He said that this was his first introduction to the classic, and he said it still holds up. I had no idea that this was your first time seeing it, so I'm glad we pulled you to watching this one, dude, and that you enjoyed it. Awesome. Yeah. And we got 4 of the users who will definitely be watching this. She's probably in bed right now because she's a little old lady and
30,
goes to bed. She's probably just already
avoiding us.
She is avoiding us. So, but yes, 4 of the users dropped a 95%. Let's go. Nice. If I'm not mistaken, this was 100% earlier today.
It was 100%.
She's dropped it by 5%. Someone guilted her. She was clearly guilt tripped into dropping it by 5%. Also, judgment on you, ma'am. No,
she says here in the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Same day after edit. Same day edit.
Yeah. After a little more thought, she dropped it to a 95. It's not perfect, must see, but it's fantastic. Swashbuckling adventure, and do agree.
Yep.
And she said her buckles, my buckles and my swatches were respectively swashed and buckled. So
nice.
Yes, absolutely. And dropped some sort of fun French song that I won't play on here because I don't want our stream to get nuked. We got War Machine in here with a hundo. We got Hooded Man with a 90%. We got Wasp, who was watching and was in the chat and is probably still here. I know she's driving. Said that this was an entertaining action comedy and a great cast and soundtrack, targeting young audience, guaranteed not to disappoint. And I agree. That is the thing is, with it targeting that younger audience, I think it was a smart move.
Yeah.
Even for like a historical novel like this, like an old, based off of an older subject matter.
Well, now I'm halfway want to be like, okay, can I pull like one of the older Robin Hoods?
Right.
Because my son's been funny. He doesn't like the old animations.
Right.
So I've tried showing him Robin, which was one of my childhood favorites.
Right.
And he didn't like it.
Yeah.
And then I've tried showing him the Disney's Musketeers, which is like Three Musketeers, but with Goofy, Donald, and Mickey. Doesn't care.
Or what about the Great Mouse Detective?
Doesn't care, dude. I know. And I love Sherlock Holmes.
Spooky too.
It is a little spooky.
It is, but he just like doesn't care about the old. It's the style. It's about the animation style.
It just doesn't grab. I don't know that it might not be like quite bright enough or vivid enough or busy enough.
I think it's not busy enough, and I think this is the problem with modern animation. It's literally nuking it out for the kids.
It has. It's caused almost problems. I think that it's kind of like the brain rot thing of just getting like you're oversensitized, so where they get used to it, overstimulated to now when you pull it back, they're like, oh, this is boring.
Yeah, the art of being bored, man. It's a lost art.
Right.
Well, that's why I
for me.
refuse to give my son like his because he has an iPad.
Right.
But we only allow him to use it if we're on like plane rides.
Right.
Or really long drives.
Sure.
And for me, it has to be like a 3-hour plus drive. And even then, it only gets whipped out if we've been in the car for like 2+ hours and he's starting to get like really starting to lose it. But even then, I'm still like, I don't really want you to watch anything right now. Like, you need to learn to be.
You just learn to go freaking count rocks out the window, brother.
Yeah.
Like,
I used to imagine there was a motorcycle
on the power lines.
No, power lines are all like
mine was always a skateboarder
trees.
on the power lines. He was grinding. He was grinding it. He was grinding it, bro.
Grind?
Yeah, dude, grind.
Had that movie. I still have it.
I bet that was critically hated. I still own it as well. We should probably review that.
Like your wife kept trying to push us to watch that.
Yeah, I own it. I saw it in theaters. Like, I freaking love that movie. Yeah. But yeah, so Wasp also said exactly what I did, where she said sword fights, babes, and humor. Exactly. Those three things. It's like they sum up and are perfect for it. Ninja Waiter, who is notoriously very particular.
Very hard on movies.
Yeah, very hard on movies, gave it a 79% as well, if that doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
And Bookstore Thor, who was in the chat and might still be as well, gave it a 93%. And he is the reason that we are reviewing this today. True. Yeah, he gave it a 93%. And he said, remember when movies were fun? If you were at least 10 years old in 1993, you most definitely do. And that's a good point. And that's the thing is, after watching this, I was like, absolutely seen this before. I remembered loving it and just totally forgot because it'd been so long.
Yeah.
And movies really were fun back then.
They were. Yeah.
And that was their primary goal. They're just like, we're going to make this entertaining as shit. And we're going to make sure that people want to see it, like that they don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
I mean, and there are fun movies today. Right. We can't just say that there's no fun movies, but you have to also kind of take it into scope, I guess. I feel like there's so many more movies being made now.
Right.
There's more company, like more production companies. There's more foreign films by a landslide. So I feel like we have so many options now.
Right.
Whereas back then, I feel like it was much more focused onto a singular film. Like there was one big blockbuster that came out, or one for each of the
handful at least. But
it was like 5 a year.
It was the same thing with like VHSs, like in kids of streaming nowadays. The VHS, you had like 5 VHSs and you watch them until you wore them out.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like, okay, you can stream it until you're bored of it, or it's not on a streaming service, and then you're like, okay, well.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think that can play into the quality of things. I think we have a better chance of finding fun movies now, just because, but it's just a kind of a trough to wade through because there's so many being made.
And one thing I did bring it up here, I think I popped it up a second ago, but Bookstore Thor was wondering if we had talked about Michael Wincott. We have not talked about him, and I did want to pull this up. I was looking for him in the thing. So
see the baddie?
He's the secondary bad guy.
He is the best character in this.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
I like him.
He definitely kills it.
Yeah.
As
he
like a bad guy.
Adam Driver vibes.
I was gonna say the same thing. Like if this movie was made now, it would absolutely be Adam Driver.
Be his dad.
Yeah, he really could
IRL.
be. He's awesome. He's got a fantastic, just kind of facial hair, mustache situation going on. The eye patch. Like he's the man who killed D'Artagnan's father. It's just he does an excellent job in this film.
And see, that's another thing where this film gets it right. Just coming down to the basic like good versus bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that guy's wearing all black. He's bad. And my son was
got
like,
an eye patch.
Got it.
Yeah.
He's bad guy. And anytime like somebody dressed up mostly in black, he'd be like, bad guy? And I'm like, yeah, that's the bad guy. So the red and the red are like not good, and the black, and you're voting for the blue. And it's like, I got it. Cool. And it's the same with Star Wars. I mean, if you get into like the thought, like blue lightsaber, red lightsaber.
I thought you were gonna say wet guy's good, the black guy's bad. I was like, don't do it, man.
Well,
don't do it.
No, you had to do it though.
How did you say that, man?
terrible, Matt. Can't believe you. But yeah, Wincott was great in this film, and I was wondering who was playing it because he looked so different. I was like, who's this actor? Like, he just looks so freaking cool in this movie.
Yeah.
And is that character in the new one, Matt?
Yeah. It's played by. I can't remember.
I saw it on the list.
The thing is, like, every one of the main characters are still in there, and
Right.
they're all very famous people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for the King of France and the Queen of France. But it's the same like in this movie where they weren't like famous. Like if you're scrolling on the cast for this movie, the King is like 15 down.
Oh yeah.
I guess this is like one of his few movies, which he's a freaking weird looking dude.
I think he did a good job.
It's a Farquaad.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I wonder if like when they
he
made
was
Shrek,
good.
they watched this and they were like, yeah.
He did a good job, and it was just a little goobery with the haircut. But I mean,
I think that was perfect. And that's the same thing.
It's very French.
The 2011 one, he is very French and very like goobery.
Right.
So I don't know if that's just the intended design for this French king.
I think probably so.
I do want to bring up before we don't have any more time, but I want to make
no,
sure I bring it up. Did y'all listen to the banger at the credits?
Bro, listen.
And how much money did they spend on that song to only play it
at
the credits?
End?
It only plays in the credits. It's got Rod Stewart, it's got Sting, and it's got
Bryan Adams.
And Bryan Adams.
Bryan Adams that the fact that it had Rod Stewart, Sting, and Bryan Adams, like holy shit.
Like they pumped out money for that song to play for the credits.
Right.
That's
for love. Yeah, dude. And like it's so 80s, 90s.
So good.
Saved it up. It was probably played on the radio back then.
Yeah.
Like you've got these three superstars.
I mean, maybe that's what they were shooting for. They were like, this will be like a big thing on the radio.
Bring
people in.
For sure. And so, I mean, but yes, that was absolutely awesome. And I miss when movies had theme songs that were like borderline, cringy, but also awesome. And a bunch of celebrities were involved.
But is that the nostalgia?
Right.
Kicking in?
I mean,
Maybe.
probably. I'm not saying that it's like necessarily a great, song.
Yeah.
But
when do we have that nowadays? When's the last one? I don't listen to the radio, so I'm probably out of the loop. But the last one that comes to the mind now would be like something like Adele in James Bond.
Right. Like a Bond song.
Right.
Every
Bond
once
songs
in a
seem
while.
to be the biggest bangers.
They really
that
are.
Came on a radio.
Yeah.
Originated for a movie in my mind. But
right.
do you guys think of anything else?
I can't.
There
But I
have
don't
been-
really latch on the songs.
Tends to be like kids movies and stuff. It's like Pharrell doing stuff for the Minions movies, or you get a lot of that kind of stuff.
Jack Black and the Chicken song.
Yeah,
There are a lot of
yeah.
All like 30 seconds of it. It's a really short song, and my son loves it. So we listen to it.
Steve
Everyone's
love
mom.
chicken. Yeah.
Yep,
My
yep,
kids
yep.
are constantly. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So what I did want to pull up, because we got to shit on the critics, is that this is a 30%.
Which is insane in the membrane, because what?
Yeah. 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the critics' consensus is its starry trio of do-gooders may promise to fight one for all and all for one. You put that backwards. It's all for one and one for all, right? Isn't that, or is
Don't
it
ask me, man. My brain.
one for all? Is that right? One for all and all?
All for all and all for one.
Yeah.
No, it's
You're starting to mix it up with My Hero Academia.
right. Yeah,
One
you're
for
right.
one and one for all.
That's right. Yeah, because that is their powers.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mhm.
But it says this Three Musketeers is a slickly unmemorable update bound to satisfy very few. Get bent. Bound to satisfy very few. I think a whole lot more people like it.
Just
than-
like him into the bed.
Right.
That's what I'd say to that guy.
And what's funny is that they gather this critics consensus by 30 critics.
Dude, that's what's wrecked about
30.
Rotten Tomatoes. Is there like 30 critics?
Yeah.
They have 2,000 some odd critics that are
Right.
approved. Are you
30.
telling me more of them haven't watched this movie in a while to review it?
Like, I don't even know that they should even get a critics consensus if there's not like, I don't even know, like 100 of them.
Yeah, this
Like,
day and age,
straight up,
there's no
like,
reason.
Yeah, even for these older movies, like if anything, just to push the critics to use this site, because it just feels it's one of the many things that causes this site to be broken as shit and why we hate it. But yeah, 100,000 plus gave it an 83%, or I mean a 63%, which is still, I think, a bit low.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I would be interested to see. It'd be really hard for us to even get close to those numbers for a very long time, or at least for a while on Criticless. But I would be curious to see if the Criticless score would actually be that different. The interesting thing is, like Peter Travers with Rolling Stone says, all this nonsense would be news to Dumas, whose grave is surely spinning as his Musketeers, sucked dry of high drama and low wit, go kicking and screaming into the wonderful world of Disney. So I already, even just by this, what I'm gathering is that the hate from the critics came from the fact that this wasn't like a pretentious film.
Yeah,
that it wasn't overly serious,
like a theater production of
right.
the Three Musketeers.
Right.
Adding levity to it.
Yeah,
right. The problem.
Whereas, like this guy from Cinema Craze who likes it says, "What the Three Musketeers lacks poetism. What it lacks in poetism, it makes up for in entertainment value. At least that's the thing. Is it's like for sure this movie is wildly entertaining." Now we've got like somebody from Entertainment Weekly, sound adaptation of the famous tale, hewing closely to the story and its buddy aspect. That sounds like he likes it, but yet splat. So as usual with Rotten Tomatoes, doesn't really quite make sense. And that's the thing. Original score, a C. Guess what? A C is not failing.
Right.
An F is.
Trust me. I know.
I got a fuck ton of them in high school. I mean, come on. So yeah, that's the thing. And I'm glad that he kind of calls out that he's like, people, that is the complaint here. Those who have never seen a previous Musketeers adaptation or a truly exciting Hollywood adventure in the grand style may be swept along by the mechanical paint by numbers feel of the outing is too evident to ignore. And so, yeah, they're all basically just saying that it's, not hoity-toity enough, not uppity and perfectly adhered to the original enough.
Yeah.
I want to see, this require a lot of research, so I'm not doing it, but I would love to see like these critics and like what their favorite Three Musketeer version is. Like, are they gonna do like a black and white, like one from like the 40s? Like, is that what their favorite ones are? Like, I would love to know what their actual thoughts on the favorite would be.
Right.
Which one did do it justice?
Which, as MKB pointed out, is it's like if it's there's no money in reviewing an old film, so they're not going to freaking touch it. They're not going to, and that's the thing is with Rotten Tomatoes especially, is like they're just not going to freaking do it. So, and as my Dixie points out, it should be sour grapes. Yeah, that's a more apt name for the site for sure.
Yeah.
It is just they just sound overly picky and lacking in joy, to say the least. And I had a blast with this. Like Matt said, it is a fairly simple story, but I mean, it's like they didn't need to alter the original whole lot. It's easy to follow along with. You've got your audience surrogate character of D'Artagnan, and you're following D'Artagnan as he's becoming a musketeer. It's like what you would be envisioning if you were reading this book. You're following him going along, meeting these characters, getting immersed in this world, and then eventually becoming a musketeer. Like that's the point of it. And I think it works well. It's a simple old tale and it's a format that works. And I think that they stuck to it well enough and then just made some adjustments as far as, with the comedy and stuff. And I think that that's what makes it fun. It's what makes it approachable to kids. And then they added boobs for horny men, so obviously. And well, let's be honest. Everyone loves boobs. Women love boobs. Everyone loves boobs.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
I've yet to meet somebody who's like, boobs are gross.
Right. Not even a gay man. Even gay men love boobs.
Yeah.
We all do. So,
yep.
It's, I think this is a really solid film, really fun. Definitely not worthy of all of the hate that the critics slung at it. Freaking like, what was it? 30, 20 something, whatever percent. Like just that's 30% is absolutely brutal.
Right. Well, it's interesting because those reviews are spaced out. I was trying to look at the dates.
Right.
Like the first one was from 2019.
Right.
I don't think there was any like recent ones.
There's probably
they're like 2009 and older. I'm like, I wonder if these people went back, and that's another interesting thing. Like they reviewed it 15 years ago and you re-review it now, compared to what modern movies are and everything. Like, I don't know, like we were talking about and have been talking about.
Yeah,
this movie is a fun movie, especially how we've been treating movies recently, where they're all so CGI heavy and they have so much more going on and it's flashy and bright. And this one was so grounded.
Right. It just feels different. It made me, watching this instantly made me want to go back and watch A Knight's Tale.
Sure.
It made me want, which is so good and so much fun, and also not like hyper historically accurate, but very fun and funny and entertaining. It honestly kind of made me want to go back and watch Game of Thrones. It really did.
Yeah.
It's all of this time period stuff. We haven't been getting much of it of late, and that's actually good. And so I was like, really it kind of made me want to go watch Lord of the Rings. There was a bunch of things that watching this, I was like, oh, I need to watch that.
Yeah.
I need to watch that.
Everything with swords, I must watch.
All of the sword things, give me them now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really pretty much how I was feeling. And also, Matt, you should know we were watching this, and my kids were literally like, I think Matt would be a musketeer. I could see Matt being a musketeer. They're like,
a musketeer.
Dylan was like, they're hairy and they like swords. And I was like, that is Matt.
That's fair. I've
That's
always wanted to have a couple swords, and like I don't.
Right.
Even as a grown up, like with my own money, so I still haven't bought a sword.
It's one of those things where you're like, you really want one, and you're like, but should I have a sword? It's why I have a bunch of knives. That's the substitute.
Right. I remember being like in middle school, and I used to go to this pawn shop. I lived in a small town, and I would go to this pawn shop, and they would have like a sword case. And I was like, I just want this one sword. It was a very simple, like just normal one, like maybe two-handed sword. And I was like, I just want this sword. My parents were always like, no.
Yeah.
You would use it on your sisters.
Right.
You don't get a sword. I'm like, I wouldn't though. I would just swing it around the yard like I do with my sticks. And still never got a sword.
Yeah.
I know. We took school trips to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and you could buy all kinds of eclectic weird crap in Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
And I wanted a sword, and I was actually going to buy a sword on that trip, and then I looked over and there was a blowgun with giant darts. So I bought a blowgun instead of a sword. And then I looked over, and paired with the blowgun, you could also, accompanied with the darts, you could buy a hopper with paintballs, and it would feed paintballs into your blowgun, and you could shoot little paintballs out of it. So
I was hoping you were going to say like sleeping darts.
Right.
Because I would just be like, ha.
Oh, yeah. No, I tried to kill squirrels and birds with my
blowgun. I gotta.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. That thing was pretty cool, but if you had ever shot anyone with it, it would be terrible. And
if you go to the mountains and there's a souvenir shop, you're going to see knives.
Yep.
You're going to see swords.
Yep.
And everything like that.
Oh yeah.
I remember when you used to be able to go to the mall, and there would be a store, and it would be the sword store.
Right.
And they would have weird like glaives and all sorts of like fancy like knives and things like that, and then they have like wall swords.
Well, see, and we're at a point now too where we're like adults, and we're like, if I'm going to spend money on a sword, I'm going to spend fucking money on a sword. Like I'm going to get a sword that will not break, and it will slice a person in half. Like, if I'm
out here like 300,
right?
Like, Sparta.
And then you just end up chopping some limb of your own off. So, which is probably what would happen.
I just used to take swords out into the woods and chop down trees and limbs. And
right. And I did want to bring up, Maester P brought up something. He said it made him want to watch Man in the Iron Mask. And
Leo.
I'm there with you too. I was thinking about this watching it, and I actually said that to my kids. And this one also stacked cast, but it was Leonardo DiCaprio. And this movie was also technically connected to, which in the story in general is connected to the Three Musketeers and has the Three Musketeers in it.
I think I thought those will go hand in hand. I don't think these movies are particularly tied together.
They aren't.
But it would be cool to see. I know we talked about it earlier, but we had a bunch of remakes and everything. But it would be cool to see at least two movies that are tied together with the cast.
Right, because there's 3 books. I mean, it would be great if they could have just a full series of these characters.
Yeah.
They've been done so many times. It's clearly, if it's done right, people will watch it. So yeah, I'm curious where I would sit with that movie now. It is more dramatic, as Camp U-Fan put, and it is a kind of a different vibe, a slower film. I actually remember watching that in high school English. So
I don't think I've ever seen it. I think I read it in high school. But I never watched the movie.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And my Dixie said he's not going to watch it because he hates Leonardo DiCaprio. Everything that Leo's in.
Sure.
And no, Leo's great.
Leo's
great.
He's done good things.
Yeah, he has.
He's done a lot of his movies.
But yeah, him and I had to talk about it. And it's like, there are just some of those actors every once in a while that you're just like, not the guy, don't like him, or gal, or whoever. You just, some people just rub you wrong. But yes. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for our Three Musketeers review, guys.
Man.
And I appreciate everybody in the chat. We've had more people showing up, and I've tried to call you guys out when I can. We had Genius Anus in here as well, and Pickle Lips is still in here. A lot of you guys, everybody, thanks for showing up. I did see Banjo, Gary, Banjo Sandwich Worthington pop in here. And yeah, all you guys, thanks for being real active in the chat, showing up, talking with us. This has been a blast as always.
And, make sure you're subscribing if you haven't. Get your friends subscribed. We're trying to get to that 1,000. Last week, there were like another channel wanted to rate us, and we're like, why can't we rate? We researched, we have to have 1,000 subs,
right?
And we're like 200 and some odd people away, so we need as many subs as we can.
So everybody tell everyone else, whether it be on social medias or wherever. It's always better if it doesn't come from us. To sub to our channel. If we could hit 1,000, that would be freaking amazing.
Right.
It's been a good run doing this, and as we're going and growing, and I think that you guys are kind of liking the stuff that we're doing. And so we want it to be exposed to as many people as possible. Also, it helps expose Criticless, and it gets all of our users more exposure as well. Just highlighting y'all's reviews and y'all watching things with us. It is going to be interesting because next week we are going to be reviewing the Fantastic Four. And at the very least, it's going to be controversial. Whether it is good or not, who knows?
You never know.
But I think that it's also going to get the Superman treatment. Even if it was phenomenal, there are going to be a lot of people that are like, this is the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen. So
yeah, I think that's just how we are nowadays. I doubt there will be a superhero movie where people are either all on board or all hate it.
Right.
That ended with Endgame?
Right.
That was the last one that was like 99 by everybody or something crazy.
Right. And even, I mean, now I'll say, like, for example, I think if I remember right, we'll see if things changed, but like with Thunderbolts, even it had it was controversial, but it still even did better than Superman did as far as the score was, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that was in the rad territory.
I don't know if it's it's at 62%.
Yeah.
Now, granted, which that's still, it's by 126 people in the app. I can pull it up, but yeah, Thunderbolts still settled at a 62%, which Chris, you need to see, and it's out now in the wild.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's fine if we're watching
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic
Foreskins.
The Fantastic Four skits. If we're watching it, that's like the first superhero movie I've watched in a long time.
If I don't know what you're doing this weekend. If we happen to go see Superman again, or if I see it again, if you want to go with us, I can let you know. You might not want to see it.
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
I can let you know if
you're
bored. Yeah. But if we end up going to see it, because the kids really want to see it. So
it's like my first weekend not having to work in forever.
Enjoy chilling then.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect to chill in the theater.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but just let me know.
Yeah, I can let you know if we go again. But yeah, Superman still though 248 reviews.
Dude,
this is our most reviewed film to date.
Barbie, but yeah, it's either Barbie, Godzilla -1, or this. Probably the most.
Interesting.
-1 has that many.
Barbie only has 93.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
okay.
Barbie only
Color me wrong.
Yeah, less than half. Yeah. Less than half.
Don't make me do math, boy.
And now my spinny wheel is a spinning.
Yeah.
So
if it's not, I mean,
I don't think Godzilla -1 is as high.
No, so this is definitely. I'll be curious to see what Fantastic Four does then.
Personal opinion: Godzilla -1 is one of the most overrated films in years.
But everyone else loved it.
They do. I think it's still wildly overrated.
-1, dude. There's like 50 plus Godzilla movies.
Yeah. It's just, I think people were seeing it in rose-colored glasses because they just wanted to hate Hollywood so bad. This has 219. I did not realize that it had that many.
Dude, it's
still not as high as Superman.
Close though. But
yeah, it is close.
You're right. And Fantastic Four will have.
Does it deserve a 91%? Absolutely not. Wildly disagree. It's fine. It's a fine movie. Perfectly fine. Not a bad movie.
You weren't here for that review, but Blaine and I
you missed it.
Like, I think I was a rad.
Right.
Decent.
Yeah.
It sounds like Gazite probably did that one. Or was it just the two?
It might have been just the two of us.
Might have just been the two of us that time.
But yeah. So Gary says 200 plus downvotes hurt my finger.
Oh,
and Gary's his handle in Criticless is Dr. Downvote.
The resident downvoter.
He had to give whether it was higher than his or lower than his, it probably got a downvote for Superman. So yeah, his finger was probably broken after that one. So, and Jared Barnes has been saying, go see Superman again. He thinks that everyone's opinion will be potentially higher.
Yeah, he went from a decent to most excellent.
Right, that's a big jump.
Reviewing, so big change there.
Yeah.
And I honestly think if I saw it again, I'd probably go up.
I think mine will too.
I think I'd probably go up to a rad.
I think mine very well might as well. I think that's quite possible. So we'll see. Like I said, there's a good chance. Oh my God, my phone is going off.
Wow.
But yes, I was pulling it up. Huh?
That's
I was out, up, away. I was pulling up my phone because it is time for send-off songs, guys. At the end of every episode, we do send-off songs where we send all of you guys off with a song, 3 songs, one from each of us, and let you know what we've been listening to lately, and if it's music worth you checking out. And we like to have a wide variety. We'll add it to our send-off songs playlist, and if you end up super chatting a song, it will also get added to the playlist, and we'll read it out here on the channel as well. So guys, what have you been listening to? What do you want to talk about?
Sure, I'll start this party off.
Okay.
So mostly I've actually been listening to an audiobook. Okay. So I had to like scrounge around to find something that I've been listening to more than not. And so there's a remake of The Weeknd's The Hills.
Okay.
But it's a metalcore version, so a lot of like screaming.
Yeah.
By Archers. So it's fun. I mean, it's this still has like the melodic parts, but it's a lot more like screaming in there.
A little heavier.
Yeah, it's fun.
Nice.
Dig it.
A little headbanging.
A cover of the Weeknd song.
The Hills.
Okay. Nice.
Which was super popular like 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a recent cover. It was just one I've recently found out about.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, I'm here for metalcore covers.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Fun.
Yeah. They are fun.
Okay. We'll add that one to the playlist. And Chris, what you got?
I have a song by the Mary Wallopers, which I think I've done before. They're an Irish band. I just think Irish, and that's what it is. But the song is called Gates of Heaven, and it's bringing light about the Catholic Church and their mistreatment of children. So it's good.
Way to kill the vibe.
Also
Chris.
fits into it.
Well, no, what's the name of the song again?
Gates of Heaven.
Gates of Heaven.
Yeah.
And none of them are going.
Yeah, right. All the creepy creeps.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
that's exactly what they're bringing to light. Talking about lining them up against the wall. And
no goodness. Wow.
Taking care of
Going
business.
for it hard. Yeah.
As the Irish do. They don't fuck
God.
around.
Cave Titties did it again. We got a twofer from Caveat Ties. Matt, have at it. This is yours. Enjoy.
Maramina il catalogo y questo from Don G by Mozart. Is this really Mozart?
From Don G.
From Don G.
So Don G is the one who
Don
did
G
it.
covered a Mozart song, I guess.
Yes, I don't understand.
So listen to Caveat Ties song about queso.
I'm listening.
Cheesy queso.
Sounds like a good one. We will add it to the list. And what I wanted to bring up is a band that I've talked about on other shows. I've been listening to them nonstop. I literally cannot freaking stop. They are phenomenal. I was looking to see if I brought them up on this show before. I do not think I have. Both of you guys are going to love these guys if you don't listen to them yet. I've legitimately been listening to them nonstop. And it is Bill Murray. Spelled Bilmuri. I've been listening to a lot of Bill Murray lately. They are coming in concert. If either of you want to go, I will be going absolutely. Bill Murray is phenomenal. It is a combination. So he has one specific album, which is very interesting because he's mixing in some elements of like southernness / country to it. But this is like a combination between like metalcore and like shoegaze, Midwestern emo.
Did you say shoegaze?
Shoegaze, yeah. Midwestern, but like Midwestern emo meets metalcore.
Okay.
There is like heavy metal elements absolutely in here, some like bits of screaming and things, but then you've got like some saxophone like it's out of the midnight, but then you've got songs that have like banjos and stuff and brings in country elements, and somehow it all meshes flawlessly. And all of their songs are great. I did do one of their songs a long time ago. It was called Cranking My Hog. That was a while back, but that song was more on the other end of things. So I'll just do the song Empty Handed, spelled with one word, all caps, Empty Handed by Bill Murray and Dylan Marlowe. This was on his more like country centric album. And the whole album, he has like different country artists and stuff coming in, and he's doing like this metal emo thing. It's wild. Very cool, very good album if you were a fan of the 2000s. Like,
I was going to say, were they around back then? Because it sounds like a band from
high school. So the lead singer of Bill Murray is from the Midwestern emo days. Like he's an artist from He like was literally in those kind of bands.
Yeah.
And he's now doing this and they're blowing up. In certain smaller like indie spheres. But so they're coming. I'm gonna see it. I've seen shows of them live and stuff online and they look awesome. So Bill Murray, Empty Handed. Check out that whole album that song is on. But highly recommend it. I've been listening to it a lot. So it's good stuff. And yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it. We will be back for Fantastic Four next week. Regardless of whether it's good or bad, I'm excited for it. I really don't want to see Pedro Pascal ever again, ever again. He sucks. That dude.
I'm just tired of seeing him.
I'm tired of seeing
there's plenty of other people that get cast in these roles.
Yeah. And it's just, I can't help but see all this like press that he's doing. And I'm just like, this dude's a creep. He's just weird. I don't like him. He literally uses the excuse that he has to, he like tisms out when he's in public, and so he has to touch a woman. So he's just like weirdly always touching.
Same, brother.
Yeah, right. He's on like another level, man. My guy. Like
that is a joke.
Yeah, it's really weird, really strange. Just watching his interviews and stuff. I just not a fan. Which I hate because when early on I really liked him a lot. And who knows? Maybe he just absolutely wins me back over in the new Fantastic Four movie. Maybe he's
unfortunately, the rumors are that we're going to see him in like
the
next handful of movies.
He's apparently
like the new Tony Stark.
Yeah. So hopefully we like him.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you have issues more so with him outside of acting.
Well, it's not. I'm just kind of tired of seeing him.
Yeah.
Like he's just the guy that's in everything, and it's like, why? Like he's an okay actor, but he's not like that good.
Right.
And they're just like trying to convince everyone that he's the best.
Gotcha.
And he's not. So there's about 100 other people I would put in line before him that are even no names at this point. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I hope it's at least watchable. So
Glenn.
Huh?
Glenn.
Oh, if Glenn Powell was freaking, which granted, I mean, they had Mr. Fantastic before and they killed him off, but they could have brought him back. They had him in Multiverse of Madness, and so
what's his face was great, John Krasinski.
Right, John Krasinski. He's Mr. Fantastic. They had him, and they blew their shot.
I don't know. I don't understand what their thought process was here. Supposedly, fan favorite. Oh, never mind. We're gonna kill him off.
Yeah.
Bring him back as a variant.
Word on the street is that that there were like 5+ actors in line before him, and they all turned it down because of the current trajectory of Marvel, and he was the only one that would take it. And as Pickle Lips pointed out, he is a charisma black hole, and I agree. The dude is lacking in all riz. So yeah.
I guess I don't pay attention to any.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just tired of seeing him. He's in like he keeps getting these like main roles and stuff. I'm just like, why? I don't understand it. So
yeah, my Dixie says Pedro's acting is 5 out of 10, 39%. So absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, he's Rizless. But anyways, guys, it's been real, it's been good. And before I leave, know that I'm going to be on Comics Dad's channel. I don't know if any of you guys have that nearby. I don't, to where I could put it in the chat, but go visit his channel, throw him a sub. And I was looking here to see if I could pull it up, and of course he's not coming up on search easily, but I think I've shared it on X as well. So I'll be on his channel. We're going to do an interview type thing and just hang out, talk about Superman. Of course, none of my links or anything are working. So just, go give him a follow, go check out his channel, and I will be on his show in just a few minutes. Everybody take it easy. It's been real. It's been fun. Deuces.
Later, everybody.
Bye-bye.